Big day, big day. Welcome to the Terrorisk podcast. I'm with Chris.
And I'm with Chris
Why is it a big day today?
because it's game 2 of the NBA Finals.
Oh, I was gonna say it's because it's Pride Month. It's the first Friday of
Well,
Pride. That's more important.
Does that make it more special because it's the first Friday of Pride?
The first Friday. It's a good Friday.
I don't think that's what it works out.
Are there any gay members in the Knicks?
No.
There has to be at least one. One of those dudes has to have a little sugar in it.
No. Well, actually, so Cat is my favorite player, Karl Anthony Towns. He's zesty. You know, he's a little zesty, but he's.
I bet he's Gen Z too.
Cat, yeah, he's younger than
He's a
us.
young boy.
He's not that young. He's in his late 20s.
Late 20s.
But that's so he's like late millennial, I guess, early Gen Z. What's Gen Z start? 98?
I don't fucking know.
Who cares?
I know I'm an older millennial, probably.
We are older millennials. We're on the cusp of X and millennials, which I wouldn't trade for anything in the world.
Yeah, so that really is the biggest thing that's sweeping. At the very, I don't know if it's sweeping the nation, but it's at the very least.
It's sweeping fucking New York, like.
Yeah, I heard these animals are riding in the streets.
Yeah, but it's good riding. It's good fun. Good clean fun.
Yeah.
It's not like fucking like Philly or something when they win a sporting event, like they like destroy shit. But when New York, we're gonna have a parade.
I think it's a good distraction. It's a good diversion.
Absolutely,
it's a good diversion.
It feels good to like have something that like kind of unites everyone in the city, and like the Knicks and like basketball is that one sport that like where like the fan base isn't that divided. Like in baseball, like, you have like not everyone's a Yankee fan, everyone's a Met fan, and in hockey, not everyone's there's Rangers fans and then Islander fans. And
I'm a
then
Devils fan.
Devils fan, yeah, if you're a weirdo. Yeah, and then
weirdo.
Yeah, if you're a weirdo.
I just like the jerseys; they look cool.
I just like getting the face paint. It's fun. But
Satanic.
the Knicks are like there's very Net fans aren't like no one's like a diehard Net fan. If they are, like I don't know what you're doing.
I love how the New York Post is like shilling hard for Kalshi, the predictive market betting app, which is hilarious because like
I fucking hate the Post. It's like the most garbage fucking like.
it's always been that way. That's
No,
why-
it always has.
But that's
Yeah,
why
yeah.
I love it because at least they know what they are. They've always stayed committed to it. It's literally the kind of rag that would shit on like fucking Spider-Man every single day. And I'm
Yes, it'd be like it would like if J. Jonah Jameson like was real and
be
was
writing for the Post.
and was a Republican and ran the Post. Yes.
And I think it's great that we could acknowledge that and still have it because to me it's like you could go by the counter signal. I think if you're like a halfway intelligent person, like you read anything the NY Post says and it's like not just you go beyond like taking it for granted. You're probably better off just assuming the exact opposite is true. Like if the New York Post tells you something like I don't know, like fucking like black people are swarming the streets and they're ripping apart retail locations. It's probably the exact opposite.
Yeah, it's
probably
literally the exact opposite.
It's probably just, you get like some pockets of like homeless black people, but probably not even from this fucking city, just like coming in, like they're probably from Jersey or some shit. And it's like, yo, let's go out to this city. Like, yeah, shit like that happens, but that happens in like every fucking city. New York just happens to have a lot of fucking money floating around.
Yeah, and you just have to like if you write for the paper, you have to create news sometimes. So.
And first of all, if you wanna play in New York, like live and play in New York, you have to keep your wits about you.
Absolutely.
People might think I come off as like impersonable in New York City, but you know what? Never in my life has anyone. I mean, maybe like if my friends were visiting, like they'd be like, "Why do you act like that towards like people around here?" But usually, like no one who I'm from the city with. Like has ever criticized me for like saying like ignoring someone,
it's only when like you go to visit somewhere else or
yeah. Or it's like I have friends visiting me and then they're like, yo, why'd you just ignore that guy? He was like trying to talk to you. I'm like, I don't give a fuck, dude. Like,
yeah,
clearly you're not from around here.
like whenever I go to Florida, like it's like people like will just like they'll wave to you or whatever. Like, yeah, like if you just walk by someone, like, hey, how's everything going? It's like, what do you want?
I'll wave. If someone waves, I'll be like, oh, hey, but it's like if they're trying to like talk to me or
I'm immediately suspicious. Like it's like, what do you want from me? Like,
also, I feel like you're not supposed to do this with people. At least they told us not to do this in school. But living in New York, you have such a huge sample size of different archetypes of people.
You don't talk to strangers, man.
So you become really good at profiling. I think if you've been growing up in the city your whole life.
Absolutely.
It's not that you get a good sense of like who's good and who's bad. but you get a really good sense of who wants something from you.
Oh yeah, of course.
You know, they could be good people who want something
You
from
can smell it out, yeah.
They could be good people who want something from you. They could be bad people who want, but you get really good at sussing that out. And
Yeah.
I think like it's just because in New York City, you realize it's so congested that if you really did like stop and consider every single person who wanted something from you on a day-to-day basis, getting from point A to point B, you would literally never get anything done.
Absolutely, yeah.
So that's my take on like
Yeah.
why I would just like default to like just completely ignoring strangers on the street who try to talk to me.
So like they're at
Also, if they're hot bitches, even like
well, that's different. Those aren't hot bitches. Ain't
even then,
strangers.
I'm just like, oh nah, I don't know you. You don't know me. Bye.
Yeah, and it's just like you're being nice to me without any. It's like no, I usually have to earn that.
I mean, so it's different though. If I'm doing something cool, like if I'm with the dojo and we're doing some public demonstration at some event or something, and people want to come up to you and talk to you, they're like, oh, how long have you been doing this? Is it hard? Is it scary? Are those real swords? Like there's that. Also, like
Have you ever
DJs,
killed anybody?
DJing events. You know, you kind
Oh
of,
sure, but that's different. You're being in a bar like it's that people are
Okay,
just gonna.
so you know what? Maybe that also enforces like why I would ignore people on the street because I'm also good at I'm good at knowing when people want to talk to you for an actual reason,
Sure, yeah.
a legitimate reason. Like
Yeah.
if I know I'm just walking somewhere in the street, my headphones on, and someone's trying to talk to me, it's for some bullshit.
Yeah, because also like they could see that you're not in a talking type of mood. You're literally cut off. So it's like
Oh, and that's another thing. Like people have complained, like on Twitter, for example, like you have no idea how fucked up New York City is. You don't know what it's like to like walking down the street and being bothered 24/7. I'm like, if anyone, I don't know, I don't feel that way
no, not at all.
because I just ignore them.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, like I was in when I went for the medical in Lower Manhattan for sanitation. Like I got there, I was supposed to be there at 5:30. I got there at like 4. So I'm in Lower Manhattan like 3:34 in the morning, which is an odd time to be there and be sober. So yeah, there's a bunch of fucking like weird, crazy people just walking by, and I just paid them no mind. If they talk to you, just don't look at them.
Yeah.
And they wait for someone to meet eyes with them, and then they unload the crazy.
Yo, speaking of the city, the new ferry boats are fucking terrifying.
I haven't been on the new one yet. I was on
They're crazy. I was riding.
yeah.
I was like close to the storm doors and near the entrance and the exits.
That's where I like to hang out too for the.
And like all of a sudden I hear an alarm like beep beep and the doors were like automatically closing. I was like, it was clearly some kind of like glitch, but it's like it's terrifying to know that that's a function like now of a ferry boat.
Why would you need automatic doors even?
And they were like steel doors. Like
That's crazy.
so imagine like, you know, a viral outbreak happens. And like, you know, something really bad goes down in the middle of the ferry like like out at sea. And then, you know, they had to contain it. And that's what it felt like to me. It had that kind of vibe.
That would be wild.
Another thing I could think of is like it's if it gets caught in like a really, really bad hurricane and it just has like an automated bulkhead type function.
But even that doesn't make sense. Like, why would you? It's a very short trip. Like, it's not a hurricane could hurricane could come out of nowhere.
It looks more like it looks more like containing zombies, honestly.
I would, it could be that, or like it's like if there was ever like there was some type of mass murder or crazy person on the loose, like it would make sense to lure them onto the ferry, and then lock them in and just let them drift. You
know what I regret never getting in the habit of doing? Like being one of those people when something interesting happens to them, the first instinct is to take out their phone and record it. Like I regret not being that kind of person because
Why?
like I there's so many moments that I see where I think back, it's like if only I captured that.
But like I don't know. I feel like I'm a good storyteller, so like I enjoy the experience and then describing it later instead of like just I don't know.
That's fair enough.
Yeah, I don't like being that type of person. Like I'm not like
Videographer.
Yeah, I'm just not like when I was in Ireland, I went to Guinness. I went by myself, and like I just don't like to like take pictures of things, record things. But I'm like, fuck, I'm like, no one came with me. I'm like, I'd have to like take my phone out now and take pictures, or else no one's gonna be like, yeah. And I don't like doing that.
Anything else new going on?
With me personally,
Not with you personally.
oh,
just
good. No, the world,
Yeah.
fucking. It's gonna be a fucking UFC fight on the fucking front lawn of the White House, which is about the most white trash thing I think I
that's
could
fine.
think of.
It's fine.
I don't hate it. It's just silly. It's just like that's how you I don't know.
It's the most American sport out right now.
Fighting mixed
MMA.
martial arts.
It's the most profitable. It's the fastest growing. It's the most popular.
It is. It's very popular. It's come a long way.
It's the most popular combat sport probably
Sure.
in the world. It's got international acclaim, not just American.
It does, and UFC is the biggest organization for MMA in the world,
and it's sick. So, it's fucking sick.
I'm
not gonna lie. Like I think like most true diehard MMA fans are fucking weirdos, but that's to be expected. First of all, second of all, it's fucking sick. It's like it's really cool, and I think like that argument that Dana White says about how like it's safer than boxing. He's actually kind of right.
Oh, he's absolutely right.
I mean, sure, you might like dislocate a knee or some shit, but
you're not. You don't have to go fucking 10, 15 rounds getting punched in the face constantly
in the dome, and you're probably gonna lose a lot less brain cells trying to like getting into submissions and stuff.
Well, yeah, because in UFC, like you don't have to be knocked out. Like in boxing, you have to fight either ends after 15 rounds, whatever, or like you get hit in the head so much you lose consciousness.
You get way more means to defend yourself. You get way more tools.
Sure,
it's way more dynamic. Yeah. It's a way more dynamic show.
Oh, it's far less like boxing to me. Like I guess like maybe we kind of missed like the real. I feel like Tyson was like the last peak of boxing. Like that was the last time boxing like
honestly
hit its peak in popularity, and by the time we came around, Tyson was already kind of done. So like I never got the appeal of boxing. Never got into it.
MMA put into perspective what boxing actually is. Boxing is less like fighting and more similar to like if you got two guys with beef and you give them each like a pistol or give a sword or a dagger and tell them go fucking settle this. It's closer to that. Because I think objectively boxing within the confines and like the parameters you're given, you could literally kill someone like really easily, really easily. Yeah.
So there's guys who don't like I've had loaded gloves and like you absolutely could.
Whereas like in an MMA match, if you're a boxer and you tell yourself I'm only going to use my hands, going up against like a full-fledged, all-round, full-spectrum MMA fighter, he's gonna fucking twerk your shit up.
Sure, yeah.
He's gonna give you elbows. He's gonna fucking
he's gonna get you on the ground. He's gonna fucking put you in a submission, whatever. Like it's not all about like hitting someone in the head and knocking them out. There's so many ways, and like someone like a real good grappler can like take your just like grab a finger and like completely take control of your body and just bend it in ways that you wouldn't be happy with.
Yeah, and like don't get me wrong, it does just take one hit for the boxer to get a knockout, but I think
it takes several hits,
especially like with an MMA fighter because they're so good at gauging range.
Oh, in MMA, yeah, because it's different. Because in boxing, like you can't be far apart. Like you have to be there. It's all about that and like this timing and shit like that, and then points. Whereas in MMA, like depending on like your reach or whatever, or like whatever his skill set is and your skill set.
You want to see the latest fight footage of me? It's like a quick ass clip.
Sure,
I'll play it for you.
Oh, thank you. I was hoping you would. I don't want to ask, but
hold on.
Oh, I got all this bullshit.
Here.
Bow to your sensei. Bow to your sensei.
Well, we bow to each other.
I know. It's from Napoleon Dynamite.
You see that?
Oh, damn.
Boom. Got him. Then he gets me once and then I get him back real good. Ready?
She already extended.
Check it out. Oop. There, you got me. He's got more reach. He's taller than me.
Yeah.
All right, this is a really good one. Yeah. Gauging the range. Because I have a better sense of range, so I know what's going to hit. He doesn't. Boom.
Oh, hey, that's cool.
Yeah, it was
very
slick,
nice.
Right?
Yeah, very nice.
I knew he was like, it was just gas. He was just gonna like airball, dunk. 1, 2, 3, done. And I know it was good because I didn't like swing hard. Like I know,
like you have you have a good like wrist control. I noticed, like you can like you snap the right way. You can.
If I know I'm not putting my all into the strike and I fucking win, like I know that was sick. Like it's a great feeling because that's the kind of shit that I know I could do when I'm 80 years old.
Yeah,
like if I have to really physically extend myself just to win, like that's the kind of unsustainable technique that like I try not to do. Even though I'm capable of doing it, like my teacher would say, he's like, you like imagine trying to do this when you're older. You think you could do that? I was like, no.
My great grandfather was a bare knuckle boxer, And when he was like 80 something, some guy he got off the bus in Bensonhurst, some guy tried to mug him, and he beat the shit out of him.
Yeah, obviously he's got experience.
But he was like 86, something like that. But yeah.
Raw training is definitely going to take you further than no training. Raw experience, I think, it still gets outdone by raw training. You know,
Experience, I feel like always wins.
No, I think training. Like
what's the difference?
If a guy's
been
fighting for 6 years versus a guy who's been like training just as much for 6 years in boxing, I think the guy who's been trained for 6 years is gonna fuck that guy up.
But so what's the difference between training and experience?
Okay, so
experience, you mean like you're kind of resting on your laurels, like you're not like trying to learn.
No, experience, like you get into street fights a lot and shit, or you work as a bouncer
I
and
understand.
then you get into fights a lot.
Oh, yeah. Well, that's all right. I just understand. That's not what I was getting at. I thought we were talking.
No,
about.
I mean it's still valuable.
Yeah.
Like if you don't have training,
sure, yeah, but that could also
like 3 years of training will probably get fucked up by 6 years of fight experience. You know what I'm saying?
Also like a lack of technique can also help you. I feel like if the person you're facing like is trained and has technique, they're looking for they're trying to figure you out. They're probably looking for a certain style.
Nah, I don't think so. I think they I think they're able to like look at things, like they'll be able to know exactly when to strike. Like when they'll look at your distance, they'll like keep their hands down, and then you'll approach them, and then they'll know exactly when to put their hands up. Or they'll be at a standoff when you're just in range toe to toe, and it's like if either one swings, you could dodge it and then counter it. They'll know exactly when to swing to hit you, and that's like when you blink. Like they'll know to do that. They'll know exactly when to go for a body shot by knowing when you exhale. Just because they could, if your senses are dialed in that well, you don't even think about it. You could just see it, you feel it.
Yeah.
So that's that thing. But really, I think like 6 years of training would beat 6 years of experience, because
in that case, yeah.
6 years of experience, that guy is definitely going to be sick. He's going to be brutal. Actually, he's going to know how to hurt you like really bad. But the guy with 6 years of training, he's not just training how to fight, he's also conditioning. He's also doing like 10 minutes of jump rope like every fucking day, or he's doing like jogging, and he's doing like strength training. Yeah. He's going to be a more physically capable machine. So I think that's why 6 years, and he's going to be training how to fight. He's going to be sparring, he's going to be running drills, he's going to have more tools in his toolkit. Yeah. So yeah, I think 6 years of training will fuck up 6 years of experience. Sure.
No, you're right. And then in that case, yes, I agree.
Not to say experience isn't valuable, because honestly, like 6 years of training with zero experience, it's kind of halfway there. You gotta, because you could, especially with what I do with swordsmanship, there's people who never, ever spar, and their swordsmanship, I feel, sadly, unfortunately, it's only gonna get so far.
When I was a kid, I went to Tiger Showman's. I hated the days we had to do forms, but I love sparring days.
I hated sparring days. I
like sparring.
The forms are easy because I was like a kid. I didn't understand what I was getting into.
I was terrible with the forms because I just didn't take direction well. I was a child. But sparring I like doing.
Forms are great.
I think I was like a green belt with like one blue star. Like I didn't even get to like yellow form, but I had a green belt.
Yeah, I think forms are great, but you definitely have to stress test your forms. If you don't stress test it, it's like kind of useless.
Well, I'm sorry. I was 10. What do you want from me?
No, I'm saying it's good to spar. It's a good to form. Yeah. Like if you just do forms and no sparring, like it's kind of useless.
That was kind of like my problem. Was like I couldn't see the point. Like it didn't make sense to me. But when you're sparring, like you're putting those forms into action, like you would see. Like
yeah, every kata, every form is basically a toolkit. It's a mini toolkit where you pull out pieces of it. The idea is if you know all the forms in a set, you're able to pull them apart and like redistribute the moves in any way that you see fit, any way that's needed. Everything is like a step. So yeah, I mean, MMA is only hot, I think, in the winter, though.
What do you mean? Why?
I mean, when was the last time you heard of a sick, crazy fight that everyone gave a shit about?
Well, it's the thing. So the biggest problem with the UFC is that they can't, because of how the sport is.
Huge turnover rate.
Yeah, you can't build stars like you can.
Because you lose them just as much as you gain them.
Because as soon as you lose, that you've lost your you can't talk shit anymore. You've lost your appeal.
Because the point of UFC isn't
like
to
Ronda Rousey was fucking huge and she lost 2 fights in a row. That's it. She retired.
The point of UFC isn't to make stars. It's basically a classic martial arts tournament style, bracket style event. Always.
See, but it is, but that's what stops it from being the pinnacle of any like sport. Because what it's missing is the characters like in wrestling, like Conor was like probably I think was the best only because like he was playing a character, like he was being a cocky asshole, and like that made you want to see him fight.
Yeah.
Yeah, the guy that they called the cowboy or whatever. Like I don't know anything about him. I just he wore a cowboy hat to one of his fights, and that was his character, and it gives you something to. It makes it interesting.
Yo, what I've learned is like anyone can join a martial arts tournament. Anyone could win. Fewer people have what it takes to like enter, try to win, and also do it with like manage to create a story on the process.
Yes, exactly.
You know that because that's I remember when I could have just did the tournament and just like simply, but I was like nah, I'm gonna gamble on myself. I'm gonna say I'll shave my head if I don't, and even something as simple as that made people pay attention. They were like, he's gonna shave his head. Or some people are like, nah, he's got it.
So that's actually when people like I like wrestling when it's good. It's when it's good when it's good it's like when wrestling is good, it's like some of the best shit there is. But when it's bad, it's awful. But the key to wrestling is that like the matches, like, they're fixed, but like they tell a story like in their match, and like that's really what draws people in and makes people want to watch and like gives you a connection to it.
I think the idea of WWE like pro wrestling as a sport, it's
theater. It's not a sport.
It is a sport because the sport, like what people have to see is like the sport isn't what you think it is. It's not the wrestling. The wrestling is not the sport. The real sport is a sport of endurance, meaning you have to put on a show. To put on a show, you have to put your body through all sorts of shit. You're gonna take a beating. Period.
Not necessarily.
Yes.
You're saying yes to me. Like no.
No, you're wrong.
No, it's because like there's, you're like there is a physical toll obviously you have to take, but that is not the only way to.
No, but wait, I wasn't finished though. So what I'm saying is your body takes a toll, and the idea is you have to go again and again and again, and you have to take it all because the way the show is written out, it's written out like a tournament. Because they're taking it all the way to the world championship, and you have to like go after them, even whether you're scripted to lose or not. You have to.
It's about what you do in the match. It's about the story you tell.
But it's not just the one match you're in. You have to be there for the next match and the next match. Meaning,
So like this, for example, like like in the like a lot of wrestlers, like some wrestlers like they don't want to lose, or they don't want to lose clean. They don't want to get beaten, pinned, or submit because it's like it makes them look bad. Like Hulk Hogan was the type of guy who didn't like to lose clean, or Stone Cold didn't. But The Rock, The Rock, right? Yeah. Rock's one of the best wrestlers ever.
Yeah.
Rock lost all the time.
Yeah.
All the time, but like he lost because he was okay with losing because the next week or whatever he would fucking talk shit. Like he still had his character was that strong. He didn't have to win.
So what I'm saying, what I'm saying is like this: the competition really isn't about the world champion. The competition is within the company. And within the company, are you the top employee? Yeah. Like, are you the guy at the company who shows up to work every fucking day, who does the job that no one else wants to do, who does the work? That's the sport. The sport is basically you're a performer. You work for this promotional company, and are you the hardest working employee? That's the competition. Yeah. That's the sport.
Like Hulk Hogan's never legitimately beaten anybody in a match, but once he got on top. Why is he gonna lose? Like, why would he put someone else over? That's less money for him down the line.
Yeah, so
that's the competition is the politics behind it and
it's also the same as like let's say you're an acting troupe and then you have like a huge number of actors in your stable and they all work together to put on productions and
someone tries to outshine the group and become the headliner or whatever and
exactly
like,
and then because there's always one guy who wants to leave
and then you don't and then like whoever else is in the troupe like you could just mix and match them as long as like someone becomes the draw.
And this matters because you have to cast the right guy as the headliner to draw in the crowd to sell tickets. So it is a competition.
Yeah,
they are competing against each other.
They are, but like it's not the way people think.
Wrestling. They're not really competing in wrestling. Yeah, no. I mean,
but they're trying. They're all competing against to get more over
to get the better
guy.
contracts.
They're
competing for contracts
to get more over is the correct terminology.
And at the end of the season, they're competing for contracts. Like
money.
Once the terms like get reset and they have to redraft everyone's agreement. They're competing for the contract.
Let's say once you're over and you're a draw, then you can negotiate bigger contracts.
And there's a limited budget. Like we can't pay everyone Triple H wages. We can't pay everyone The Rock wages. Like you're gonna compete for that,
Well, it's different now, but the way it used to be was you'd get a.
Well, now you have rights because they're union.
Not even. No, they're not. There's still no union. No, it's bullshit.
Actually, Bad would shoot them in the head if they tried to unionize. He's like, "You trying to what?"
Literally, like not he didn't do that, but like Jesse the Body Ventura, like he tried to unionize, and Hulk Hogan stooged him out to Vince.
That would be a sick wrestler idea, Union Man. And his whole shtick is he trying to unionize the wrestlers.
I wonder if that would work. What was I gonna say before that?
You're thinking about it. You're like, that could work.
not a bad idea.
Yeah, Union Man, and all the guys would be like, "Yeah, Union Man."
Well, Vince doesn't own WWE anymore, so
He'd be the heel. He'd be like, "Fuck the Union Man, try to ruin my business."
See, that'd be, you make a Union Man and you have a heel go against him. That'd be a good fucking heel.
Yeah, it'll be Vince McMahon's puppet, Triple H.
Yeah, he'd be a Republican. He'd be Triple H. Be a guy who's like, I'm married to the boss's daughter.
Yeah,
like, what Union?
That would be good drama.
That's good shit.
Because
Yeah.
Union Man's the good guy, and Triple H.
Yeah, I'm working for the little guy, and it's just like Triple H is like,
I'm sorry.
hey man, some of us are just born lucky, and that's just it. I gotta give 3% of my paycheck to you just because? Nah, fuck you.
And it would be sick because, like, you see the Union
That's
Man.
Essentially, that's a storyline that's played out, just not with those exact terms.
You'd see Union Man trying to, like, recruit wrestlers, and he gets all the shitty ones. Meanwhile, Triple H buys all the
yeah, exactly. Yeah.
The Rock comes in, siding with the institution.
That's essentially, that's played out. It's been a storyline before, just without using the term Union
Man.
Yeah.
And then finally, like, just when you think all hope is lost, there's one guy who turns it all around, and it's Stone Cold.
I was just saying, then you hear the glass crack, and you're like, ah!
Yeah, it's
he's just, that's what I'd say, man. Fucking wrestling's great. Like, when wrestling's great, it's just the coolest shit.
Yeah, it just gives everyone a Stone Cold stunner, and he's like, yeah.
I wish it was socially acceptable to just walk up to somebody.
I do think, though, if all the wrestlers did get their shit together and managed to leverage a union together against Vince McMahon, this is the only way they would have to turn it into a storyline. You know, like, they would have to turn it into
yeah, but knowing Vince, like, he would lose. Union Man would, like, they'd build to WrestleMania, and then he would lose. Yeah, he put his career on the line, then he would lose, because that's something Vince would do. But Vince doesn't own them anymore. And the way they've gotten around the union thing is, like, so back in the day, like before, like, the mid 2000s, a wrestler would get, like, you'd get a contract. Your contract would be like for like $80,000. That's your downside guarantee. But every time you come to TV, you get paid a bonus, and then you get paid for doing matches on house shows. House shows are non-televised matches, depending where you are on the card. So, like, Hulk Hogan probably was making $1 million in, like, the 80s for his contract, but because he was on top and wrestling 6 nights a week, he was making, like, another fucking 80, like, he was making like 10 grand like a night on top of that. So, but now they just have guaranteed contracts where they don't get paid per appearance. They get paid whatever amount, and if they get hurt, they still get paid that money. And WWE, I think, usually covers surgeries for guys. This way they don't bitch about, trying to unionize.
Yo, if I ever got mad rich, I would try to put together a sword fighting promotion.
See, that's the only way wrestling can be done is, like, there has to be, like, if you want to create a wrestling company or, like, something like that, like, you just need a guy who has a ton of money and time. That's it, because that shit's just gonna lose money.
You either need that, or you gotta actually be within the fighting community. Like, you gotta be. You have
to know people. Yes,
once you know all the fighters, because if you know all the fighters, I mean,
you have to know fighters, and you have to know people who run venues. So you know people who in TV and whatever. Like, so
there's 2 ways. If you're the guy with the money, you have to meet a guy who knows all the fighters, right? Because then you're going to be able to get all shit together with your money, right?
That's what I'm saying. You have to know guys that know the fighters, and you have to know people that know who books venues, so you can book venues.
But here's the thing about fighters, though. Like, if they're serious, and usually it's interesting how the more hardcore they are. You would think it's not that way, but it's actually like that. The more hardcore they are, the more likely they're gonna just do it for the glory, for the honor. Like, they're gonna do it for the title. Like,
nah, not a top guy. Top guys demand a certain amount of money.
I mean, top guys that are accessible to you personally.
But so people who are like people who aren't on top, people who are like not struggling necessarily, but like this is their living. They'll do it for a chance at glory, because it'll elevate them, and then they can go and ask for more money the next time they do something else somewhere else.
That's a good point.
Yeah.
I mean, because there's too many opportunities with certain fighting styles, like, whereas sword fighting, it's like no one's putting together promotions for like millions of dollars for that shit.
No, because
no one's even putting together like extensive or comprehensive tournaments for it. So if one guy decides, I'm going to give $10,000 open sign up, these are the rules, these are the parameters, this is where you have to come from, you need your credentials.
And there's a way to make that, like, to make it like there's a lot of people don't know how to do the how to create an event, to do give a big fight feel to something. Like, somebody, like, that's the best way to do it. Is like, you know what? I want a tournament. Winner gets $100 grand. The best fighters in the world. And then you do it at certain locations. Like, I'm going to do it at time in Central Park.
Fuck that. We're doing this in Saudi Arabia. Less laws there.
Well, no. Then they'll give you like $1 billion to do it there. Those fucks.
Hell yeah, they will. They're like, yes, I love it. We must have this in Dubai. It's like, all right, bro.
Anything to distract from us killing those reporters. Allegedly.
My God.
Allegedly.
So you're really not stoked about UFC on the White House? Who do they have fighting anyway?
I don't know.
It's probably gonna be a couple of fights that night.
It's not a. No, I know Ronda and Gina Cardano, but they're not fighting UFC. They're doing like a fundraiser thing. So I don't even know who's going to be there because like there's no stars in UFC right now.
There will be.
No, there will be. It happens. They come up, but like that's the problem. Is like you have to win a couple matches and you have to have a larger than life personality. But as soon as you lose like twice, you're done.
It's not that it's in its infancy. I remember when it was in its infancy.
No, it's not in its infancy yet.
But it's not fully developed yet either. Because when I think
it's not, it's still they're missing things still.
Because like we still don't have like manufacturing pipelines for $1 million athletes like we do with like the NFL or the NBA or MLB. You know, like we have outlets for like multi-million-dollar outlets pumping out stars. You know,
sure.
Like, so we don't have that yet for the UFC.
But
like we don't have
like when you could like other sports where like it's a team-based sports, like you have a brand. You're like it's the brand that you're selling more than anything. So like it's if you bring a guy in, you bring in a star, you make him a star, he gets hurt, whatever. You get somebody else. Like it's horror UFC. Like those fighters are their brand.
That's
like,
what UFC needs. It doesn't just need fighters.
They need like stables. They need a manager.
Exactly.
They need a fucking manager to come in and just, like sell it. Be like, yo, these are the best. I went to this fucking part of the country. This guy trained on fucking up Mount Everest.
No,
like
it's not that they just need managers. They need competing managers.
They need people who could talk you into wanting to see it. They need personality.
Also, they need competing managers.
Yeah.
Like this manager gets his guys from like Japan or South America.
Yeah,
This
exactly.
guy gets his guys from
they have
Africa.
a specialty. Like they, like
exactly.
And like
that's what we need. So
yeah. And when you see them bring in a legitimate fighter, and anytime they bring in somebody else, you know he's fucking. He knows what he's talking about.
Or it's like, oh, they stopped running him because he's got a rest, so they're gonna have this guy represent their stable for like a few fights or this season or this tournament.
But anyone in his stable is somebody that he vouches for because he.
This is actually you're right. This is what has to happen.
Yes.
Because these fighters have to stop being free agents. They cannot function as fighters and free agents. It's just
it's not on them though. Like to get. Like UFC would have to actively look for managers like this. Like the fighters themselves can't do that. Like
also, if you think about like a gym, because the gym has to push a fighter of like going into the UFC, they need support from like a gym,
like a Gracie family like type of thing. If only one of them like could fucking talk, like it'd be.
Or if there was more than one if there was like many dojos, like many international organizations competing, that would be sick.
Like the bad guy from Cobra Kai or some shit like that. Like.
You know, maybe this would develop where like all the top UFC guys of this generation, they break off and become those managers. And like, imagine Conor McGregor says, I'm going to start my own school. I'm going to start my own company that pumps out UFC fighters.
It's a shame he's retarded now, but I know. Yeah.
But if guys,
but yeah, that's exactly that'd be it. Like that's what Conor should have done. Like as soon as he lost to what was his name, the Kashmiri guy.
I'm training. Like I'm gonna train up guys.
I'm like he should just fucking stop or like do wrestling or like manage a new guy. Like his skill set was fucking talking people in.
Why don't they fucking do? Maybe they're just too. Greedy.
I don't know.
They're too egotistical.
So the thing was like when Dana White owned it, he hates wrestling. He didn't want to be associated with it at all. So I believe that he actively like didn't want to. Adopt any like wrestling type of things, but now TKO owns UFC. TKO also owns WWE. It's like dude, you own both companies. Yeah. Why don't you just fucking start like crisscrossing some shit? Like a wrestler, you want to give him a break, give him 6 months off, have him fucking manage a stable or something like that in UFC. Like it's
and a team dynamic in like even the UFC. Like sports do like there are combat sports. Plenty of combat sports incorporate teams like kendo, for example.
Yeah, absolutely.
Or like fucking fencing or
that. It's just that's what I don't get. Like UFC, it's like, you know, like your fighters are only as good as their last win. So it's like, why don't you find a way to build guys the right way? Like.
It's because they're making way too much fucking money, this model, and Dana White likes being in control.
No, he's not. No, he doesn't own it anymore. He doesn't work for the company.
I mean,
TKO does.
The executives are having way too much control over the fighters as free agents because once they got to deal with managers.
They've also tanked WWE because of like all they care about is making money. So like wrestling's gotten pretty terrible, if you ask me.
All right, with that we could end the first part. I got to get another beer.
As do I. My doctor was trying to tell me like
drink less water.
No.
According to my doctor,
there's water in beer.
100% of people who drank water died. So
this is true.
Something to consider.
This is true.
And then someone's like, "Oh, correlation isn't causation." I'm just like, "Shut the fuck up."
So my doctor is like having a talk with me about how like he's about like taking care of yourself, whatever. He's like, it's like, you treat your body like a nice car. You wouldn't put like you don't put bad cheap gas in your body, do you? I'm like, no. I'm like, I buy like top shelf liquor and I put that into my body. Like, I'm like, I don't put cheap stuff into my body. I don't drink Coors Light.
You drink way too much though.
Yes, I do. Yeah,
dude, I drink a lot. All right, I know I drink a lot because like I've had girls. The first night I met them, the next morning they would text me. They'd be like, "Why do you drink so much?" And I'm like, "Are you fucking kidding me?" Because I would remember you and Mike and like all my friends, and I'd be like, "You think I'm bad?" And you know what? I think that's like the biggest like story of my life moment that I just had, where it's literally always like people would say stuff about me. It's like, "Yo, I can't believe you do that. I can't believe you'd say that." I'm like, "Motherfucker, you have no idea.
You don't know. Yeah, you don't know where I came from. Yeah,
you don't know the people. Like you think I'm bad. Like." And then they're like, "Well, why do you hang out with such awful people?" I'm like, "They're not terrible.
We're not awful.
Yeah, they're not terrible.
We just have the same problems, is all."
I don't know. It's just like
it's normal to me. Like I don't like sometimes I don't feel like I drink too much because I don't get blackout drunk and like fuck up and like ruin my life. Like the problem is that I binge drink, but I binge drink to this point where like I could drink for 12 hours in a responsible way. I drink all day, but I won't get blackout drunk. I know how to manage it. Like I could kill a fucking bottle of scotch without like getting blackout drunk because I just know how to time it and I enjoy it. Like it's just annoying that like I'm good at drinking and apparently now I've been drinking too much.
I think drinking is just one of my favorite like activities, you know? Like,
yeah, I'm good at it. I enjoy the taste. I enjoy the social aspect of it.
All right, let's touch upon that first, the social aspect of drinking. So here's what I really like about drinking. I mean, it's just like it's a really edgy activity. And this is why I like activities. Like for example, like let's say we're stuck in a room for like 8 hours, right? And we have nothing but a deck of cards. What are we gonna do? We're gonna fucking play cards, right? Yeah. And the reason why I like that is because if I try talking to you without playing with that deck of cards and not playing a game,
you need that you need something else to like lubricate the.
So I think what that mechanic is without the cards, right? Our consciousness is too active. Our consciousness is too active in terms of like our expectations, our view of ourselves, trying to preserve that view of ourselves and all this shit, ego stuff. Yeah. But when we're playing the cards, it's like our ego gets like a fidget toy or something.
Yeah, exactly.
Or like a magazine to read in the waiting room.
100%.
It's like, here, keep yourself busy with this kid. So then your subconscious, your actual creative mind can come out. So then the conversations you tend to have over a game of cards tend to be way more like honest and candid. And like sincere than like without the cards, you know?
Like just like being at a bar, like I don't like when I go to a bar, I don't get trashed necessarily, but like if I'm gonna be there for a long time, like I'll get Miller Lite, which I don't really like that much. So just because I feel I need to hold a beer, I need to have a beer to just kind of sip on, just to keep me occupied in that sense.
I'll be like this. It's like, to me, it's like if I'm drinking with a friend, like we're drinking, like.
But this is different too.
I would say the equivalent of like, let's say we sit down, we have a drink. To me, it's like the equivalent of like we're kids and we sit down on the couch. It's like, yo, before we go to this like basketball game, you want to play like a quick like couple of campaigns of Halo? It's like, yeah, let's do it. So we play through, right? We finish our first drink, or we finish the first campaign, right? Or the first mission. And then it's like we have the option to go for a second drink. It's like, all right, man,
you're already there.
It's like the next level is going to be a little more difficult, but we could probably get it done. We've done it before. We've done it plenty of times.
Yeah.
So we're going to have another drink.
Yeah.
And then after we finish the second one, then the third one comes up. It's like, do we really want to? I mean, we could just cancel the basketball game. Just fucking like keep playing like Halo.
Yeah.
And then that's how you end up getting trashed. You just play the next level and the next level. It gets more difficult.
This is the thing too. Like it's the people I drink with are typically good at drinking. Like they're not.
They're good at Halo.
Yes.
So you want to keep playing
exactly.
Halo.
So it's just like, well, yeah, this is fine. This is good.
Yeah. We don't have to go to the fucking game. We can just stick it.
If you get blackout drunk and like hurt yourself so bad, I'll fucking pull you aside. Like, hey, listen, you probably shouldn't drink so much tequila.
Yeah, it's like, bro, you play way too much Legendary.
Yeah. Like, it's just like you gotta cut it out a little bit. I know, I know I play a lot, but
Yeah. It's like, come on,
but
bro.
I take breaks. I
play with you, man.
Yeah. Come on, I'm not at home by myself playing.
Calling people calling 12-year-olds the N-word on Xbox Live.
Yeah. It's just kind of bothers me about it is that like I don't feel the like negative effects of drinking on my body other than being fat. Like I understand that correlation, but
Sometimes I wonder how much more fit I would be if I just stopped drinking.
I swear when I see people that don't drink and they're fat, I'm like, what's wrong with you? Like because I know if I stopped drinking, like I would definitely lose like 20 pounds.
Maybe it's just I just don't drink enough to like really just stack on like that.
Well, you don't. I'm more of a liquor guy. I don't really drink. I don't drink a ton of beer.
I also don't eat that many carbs.
You also eat once a day, so it's a little different for you.
And I eat way more protein.
And you're more active than I am. I'm also very.
See, it's not about being the cleanest or the dirtiest. It's just about being the most balanced. You need,
yes, and
as,
like
as much party as you have to have, you have to balance it out with just as many good habits.
100%. And it's like I'm gonna make it a point for the next, because I've also never, since I've been 21, I've never gone more than a week without drinking. I don't think.
Yeah. I was trying to tell Dave this. I was like, bro, I'm all about the sex, drugs, and rock and roll like you, man. But you got to understand, like, if you're gonna do this, you have to also do your chores.
Yeah.
You have to do your chores. Like, you
absolutely,
have to
you're right,
and
that's kind of what this was, like getting that, and like, but like also, I'm about to have like a very drastic lifestyle change where I'm gonna be like, because of the work I'll be doing, I'll be more active, and I already like, I'm like, I'm in control of my diet. It's just that I'm not really active, so like it doesn't show that well. But if I become more active, I feel like these effects will cancel each other out.
Well, I'll tell you this much: the whole like sobriety thing, like severely cutting lifestyle change, it's not going to work unless you fill that gap. I suggest you take martial arts. You're going to have way more money, way more time if you're going to be cutting down as much as you say.
I've been thinking about joining. The bar has asked you to join their softball team. That might be counterproductive.
Dude, join a martial art, bro.
Yeah. Well, it's this with this job. Like the only day I have off guaranteed is a Sunday.
So then take there's schools that'll offer class on Sundays. Take whatever you can get. Find something that you like, and then once you like it, you're gonna find yourself making time for it.
I've already like for the last month I've been I walk 2 hours a day, like 1 hour in the morning, 1 hour like later at night, like just to keep just because I know I have to move. I can't just keep doing nothing type of thing. So
do martial arts, bro. You'll fucking love it.
Yeah.
Like it's funny. Like I used to think martial arts was something that jocks would do, but then like I realized like martial arts is like it's the more of a nerd you are, the better you're gonna be at it.
You know the Tai Chi place on Jewett and Forest. My aunt, like when I was a kid, my aunt like lived on around the corner of Jewett, and she would go there, but she would like tell me she's like, I take Kung Fu, and I'm like, Kung Fu's awesome. She's like, yeah,
it is awesome.
Yeah, and she's a fucking nerd. She loves fucking Star Trek, Battlestar Galactica, Lord of the Rings, and she fucking knows Tai Chi.
She would probably love the fact that I do Japanese swords.
She would find it super interesting. Yeah.
I would find her Kung Fu super interesting.
Yeah.
It's fucking interesting.
But I was a kid, so she'd fuck with me. She's like, it's Kung Fu.
I mean, martial arts is like always going to be interesting. And you know what? Sports, I think, gives you that scratches a similar itch. And I'm not talking about like fucking someone up. Yeah, that's always fun. But beyond that, like to get really good at something physical, like fucking someone up or swinging a racket or something, you end up learning how to control parts of your body that you didn't know you could control in that way.
So like the first time I went snowboarding, a few years ago now, it's like, so the first time was like 2019.
Yeah.
And I went with Mike and Pulsey, and they have been a bunch of times. Mike obviously skates, so he understands snowboarding. I took a beginner's class with like a fucking like 6-year-old. It's me and a 6-year-old. But I just watched I watched Mike, and I understood like how he skateboards. I understand skateboarding. It's all about your footwork and manipulating it that way. So I did the beginner's class, and I went down a hill, and Mike saw me. He's like, dude, that was really good. I'm like, yeah. I'm like, it's not that hard. Like, it's just telling my body like how to do this. Like, I already know, like I picked up on it. It's just like teaching my body how to move that way when I wanted to move that way. And like, I feel like I'm not like, I was never an athletic person, but I'd be a lot better at sports or anything more like that, because I understand the physicality of it better than I did when I was younger. It's just a matter of teaching my body how to move that way.
And the only way to teach it isn't to like, you got to practice.
You got to do it. Yeah.
You got to do it over and over
absolutely.
and over and over again.
Yeah.
You know, it's like a lot of people would ask me about like my martial arts practice. They would think it's like very glamorous sometimes, or they imagine it to be more glamorous than it is. And I'd be like, honestly, it's really like me standing there for a couple of hours doing the same motions over and over and over and over and over again until like I could just do it without having to think about it. That's really the whole thing.
Wax off.
This is what I've been doing for 9 to 10 years now.
Yeah, man. You've been at it. It's pretty cool.
This is why they call me sensei. So weird.
That would like it's I find it crazy that people call you sensei because you're just not a very you've never come off as very sensei-ish to me.
Maybe I am.
Again, you're right. Maybe I just never
Because like
it.
I think about the history of like all the renowned Japanese swordsmen. They didn't all have the same personality. Like a lot of them were fucked up. A lot of them were
kidding.
psychopaths.
Yeah,
a lot of them were
like,
insane.
yeah,
sure, there were a lot of saints within like even within the one of the most famous lineages, the Yagyu family. They've spanned centuries, within recorded history as like renowned swordsmen. Like if you look at their whole history of like different heads of the family, some of them were fucking psychopaths.
Oh, sure,
were like murdering psychopaths. Some of them were incredibly philosophical and insightful minds that left behind like influential fucking and iconic works of literature. Like.
And like with you, like I feel like it's what the real sensei quality is that like. I mean, I can tell when you're talking out of your ass, and people can generally tell when people are doing so. But like when you talk about that, you're confident. You know exactly what you're talking about. It's sincere. You're disciplined about it, and that's.
Well, the thing is, like, I don't even because like I could say, yeah, it's honest because like I don't credit myself with that. It's like they say like, how do you know all that? And I say I'm literally just repeating what was taught to me.
Yeah.
That's all I'm doing. And then if you ask the person who taught me that, it's like, how do you know all this? It's like, he'll literally tell you, I'm literally just telling you everything that was taught to me. This is how this works. This is how this was. This is
I think
why
I was watching Yojimbo, I think, with Anthony, and I was like, oh, I'm like, that style, like, it's what you want to do. He's like, how do you know that? I'm like, Ivan, told me one day.
Yeah, Jigen Ryu or some shit, probably.
That or like how I know, like, I know how to hold a sword.
Oh yeah, the high, the high stance.
Yeah.
Because that's something that
when I do that and people don't expect me to know that. When you do that already, they're like, "Oh shit, this guy knows what he's doing." Yeah, even though I don't really know what I'm doing after
that's actually really funny. Like when you hand someone a sword who's never held a sword before, the last thing they're thinking of is taking a stance, like a high stance. But then,
but it made sense.
It does make sense. Yeah,
just that reach and all that. Like it makes a ton of sense. You're not like if you're too close, it's hard to like move and stuff. It makes complete sense. And I've beaten Brendan, Justin, and Dave.
In a sword fight?
Just can't beat you.
I mean, you could probably can't beat my students. Like they're really good too.
Oh, of course I couldn't beat them. I know very little. I don't practice.
I mean, sometimes my students would be like, they're really self-critical, which is good because that's the way I was. Yeah. That's how I got good. But like, I keep telling them, it's like, you don't see it now, but just wait till you fight like other schools, then you'll see. Then you'll see the difference. Then you'll be like, oh shit, I'm good. And I kind of don't want to rush that for like students, like I'm like, trust me, when the time comes, you'll understand.
Exactly. Yeah.
It's like you're like a big kid your whole life and you get bullied and one day you get sick of it and then you just punch and you're like, holy shit, I'm super strong. Like, yeah.
Or you just punch a guy in the throat and you're like, wow, his throat's really soft.
Yeah. And then because I also remind them, it's like, yo, listen, like I know, like I fuck you guys up in Gekken and shit, but I'm just a regular guy, like.
No, yeah. Whenever like I face like with you, like it's I could see it's just like fuck, like I should have done that. I should do this, but then I can't. But when I adjust, you've already changed up and adjusted.
Yeah, it's like seeing into the future, kind of.
Yeah.
Because like if you know all the mechanics of like how a person's body moves when they have a sword in their hands, it's like you could just see.
It's like chess.
You could see exactly what they're gonna do.
Sure. Yeah.
And I'm like, it's cool. It's really cool. Yeah, I could see why the Japanese got so fucking obsessed with this shit. Like, I understand it. I get it. And I understand to get good at it.
The British are here. They have guns. Send them away.
The real value in it isn't that, like, you get to kill a bunch of dudes with your sword. I guess for them, like, some of them, they like that. They like that part.
It's pretty fucking cool.
But the real value of it is that, like, you understand parts of yourself that, like, most people will live their whole lives without ever considering. You start to like really accept parts of yourself that allows you to live life in a much more fluid, less encumbered way. Like I'm not, like I didn't realize like a lot of my worst tendencies were really there out of fear. Like I was scared of looking stupid, and I was scared of looking stupid because I was scared of like standing up for myself, and I was scared of standing up for myself because I was scared of getting fucked up.
But then when
now I'm not scared of getting fucked up, so it's like it all could fix itself from the foundation. Like once you get over that initial fear of the animal fear of what like builds the complexities on top of that, it's like the animal fear was being afraid of pain. But then once you've experienced enough pain and you're fine after that, it's like, well, now I'm pretty comfortable with myself.
Yeah,
100%. I'm like, what's the worst that can happen? You fuck me up. I've been there.
Yeah, it's happened. Yeah,
I've been there, man. It's okay. It's like, what you want? I don't want to fuck you up. Like I don't want. Like I know different contexts and when it's worth it and when
See,
it's
that's
not.
learning not to give a fuck or not give too much of a fuck.
Yeah.
Is something that only comes with time and experience.
Martial arts is a really good hack for that, honestly. Everyone should do it. Everyone. I see why people get addicted to jujitsu even. Like I see those guys every time, like, because we share a space with the jujitsu school, and I see why those guys get addicted. Because like even like especially the younger ones, like in their early 20s, like I see them as like they're gonna have a huge leg up compared to their peers their own age who don't do what they're doing. You know,
Sure, yeah.
they're gonna be way more disciplined. They're gonna be way more courteous. They're gonna be way more thoughtful. They're gonna be way more analytical. They're gonna be way more present. They're gonna be way more in tune with their bodies than like. So I see that, and it's like a lot of people will say like, oh, the kids are cooked. I'm like, not necessarily. I don't think like, and it's like they're not even just it's not even just young people in those jujitsu schools. It's everyone in there, like people from their 50s. Like, yeah, dude, I've been doing judo since I was like in college.
My aunt did Tai Chi. She was an older, not old, but she was like in her late 30s, 40s. She's a single lady.
Yeah.
One of my Brooklyn.
One of my students is like a fucking 50, 60-year-old man or some shit, and it's awkward sometimes, but I treat him just the same. Like when he fucks something up, I'm like, nah, we got to do it again.
I had no problem.
And it's like I know he can handle it because like every time like I think it's like I never think to myself it's like, oh, I shouldn't go that hard. It's like I do it. It's like nah, you fucked it, because like I'm just holding them to the same standards that I was held so that we don't lose anything.
Exactly.
But then if he keeps coming back, then I'm like, okay, he's for real. Like,
yeah, that's good.
So yeah, martial arts, man. Great topic for philosophical debate, honestly.
Sure.
Or philosophical deliberation.
Or
and this is, like, and I think like practicing things like martial arts like makes me like one of those I'm not like an AI alarmist, like I'm pretty optimistic about like, AI and the tools available to us. Cause like, I'll be honest, like everyone who I've seen who's like hypercritical of AI, they tend to be like the most inept.
Well, yeah, because they
people.
have no foundation to anything. So like any change worries them because they can't like
they're the welfare people.
Yes,
and they're fucked. They're literally going to be the permanent underclass because they just refuse to adapt. And I'm like, it's not even adapting. It's like, I don't know.
Yeah, but how many? I mean, like it's how like being a secretary or an assistant like was was a decent job, but now like it's almost unnecessary. So like there's people like it's people who have like but it's never people in those industries I feel like that are afraid of AI. It's people who are just not like I don't know.
On the most universal level, like AI is only really gonna work in your favor if you have good leadership qualities. If you're a good leader, right? If you're good at like when people shut the fuck up and listen to you, and you tell them what to do, and that leads to good outcomes for everybody, then you're a good leader. All right. So to use AI effectively, you got to think of AI as like an extremely intelligent, extremely smart, but extremely autistic employee who does whatever you say to the T, to the letter. And if you're a good leader, you understand your employees. So if you understand this about your employees and talk to him or her the correct way, you're going to get the necessary output where everyone
you know
wins.
how to get the most out of the right people.
And the thing about leadership qualities, they can be learned, they could be innate, but not everyone has them.
Absolutely.
So the reason why some people are freaking out about AI is because it turns out none of these people had any kind of direction, any kind of leadership qualities. They had no agency in life.
There are people who like whose
they're
jobs
sheep.
are
They're fucking sheep.
Yes, like they're like you have to tell them how to do the thing, and then they'll do it, but you had to tell them how to do it exactly.
And we couldn't tell like apart because within their same class before AI, there were people amongst them who were pretty much like silently thinking to themselves, man, if I had that, the things I would do, or if I had these resources, things I would do. Now we have these resources, and now those people are like, it's clicking in their heads. They're like, I have the resource now. I have people who work for me at fractions of a dollar, Like instead of having to pay like fucking an employee like a stupid fucking retard to like do my books, like, and I pay them like $25 an hour. No, I could just pay them like fucking $10 a week.
Stop reading my QuickBooks or whatever. Yeah. Yeah, like there's like my job had like some office guys doing certain things.
What apps do you use? You use QuickBooks? You use Excel?
No, I use QuickBooks. I use Excel.
You use Excel?
Yeah, but we have our own CRM.
You don't use Google Drive for anything?
No. I don't need it. We have our own CRM.
So you don't do much business off of your Google inbox or anything.
No.
What CRM do you use?
It's an in-house CRM. It's called you've heard of SAP?
Yeah.
So it's like SAP.
And they built it themselves?
Yeah, they paid a programmer who lives in Russia to build it.
I bet they paid him like thousands, like tens of thousands to build it.
They paid him. We've been using it. The company has been using this program. I've been with them for what, like, what year is it?
I bet that programmer uses AI
14?
to ship all of his code now.
No, it's to do the code maybe, but like basically like over the years, like we started like telling our boss like, hey, like it'd be really nice if the system did this. So we'd start talking about it. He's like,
you see a next patch like version 1.026. It's like sick.
Yeah, my first 5 years there, like we now one update, but like now we get updates every now and then. Like my boss will be like, hey, remember when you said this in the meeting? Like we integrated it. It's it's in the new upload. I'll show you how to use it.
Because it's so fucking stupid that he paid though.
Why? Oh well,
no, look, I get it. He's not a programmer guy. He's a business owner. He's trying to run a large
boss.
Scale. Yeah.
Yeah.
He's trying to. So I get it. But if he did know a thing or two, like if it was me in his position, I know I would not have to pay for that, and I could just literally stitch it together through like GitHub repos and shit.
No. See, the problem is that when I'm sure when they had it built for them, I'm sure they got it done on the cheap. The guy lives in Russia, so I doubt they paid that much for it. But the problem is that like they've been using it when they were much smaller. The company was much smaller that they started using it. As the company grew,
they scaled it out.
Yeah, there was a point where we talked about getting SAP and leaving this program and doing that, but instead they were like, no, like fuck it, let's just reinvest in this and make it more user friendly
so they have
to us.
Ownership over it.
It's ours. Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah, you can't know. That's what I'm saying. It's an in-house CRM. It's our CRM.
But someone else, but the guy in Russia has to be bootstrapping the code himself. Like,
he
has to be running the servers or something.
Yes, yeah,
it's awesome.
Yeah, it's cool. But like there was, I remember like years ago, like there was a point where the company was growing and they were talking about moving over to like SAP instead.
No, it's not. What you guys got is better.
Oh no, exactly. That's what happened. Like we talked about it.
If you went over to SAP, that means the feds, whenever they wanted, they could have accessed all your client data if they got the like necessary subpoenas or whatever.
It's true, and like they would.
Now they can't. Now it's like inaccessible. It's completely. If it's completely.
They could come to the warehouse and like see things where they wouldn't know. You could never tell how much volume's coming in and out. They couldn't tell exactly what the product is. Not that it's.
I mean, there are ways, but it's not legal, and it's not really like.
No, they wouldn't. You wouldn't be able to tell.
That's awesome. Know. That's a good architecture, honestly.
Sure, yeah. It was smart for them to reinvest, and like the money they've put in like updating it is well worth it. Like my friend Carlos used to work for the company. He got fired in like 2018, and he asked me if I could if my boss wanted him back. He was interested. I told him. He's like, yeah. So he was asking me. He's like, oh, like by the way, like what do you like? How does this work? I'm like, dude, I forgot you haven't used the system in forever. Like it's much more streamlined. It's not as stupid as it used to be. Like it's easier to do things. But I'm
just exploring like open source. I think open source is the best. Like every app you could think of, like if you get like just a little into coding and learn how to run a terminal, or learn how to run like a fucking IDE, or some shit like that.
So I know my boss uses Excel for certain a lot of businesses and a lot of companies in my business will will program Excel files to be able to read.
Yeah, because Excel runs code.
Right. Yes. Then it's not, other than our in-house CRM. Like there's not that much more shit that we would need. At least from my end.
No, it's perfect. So you don't use email systems at all. You got your own in-house.
Oh,
CRM.
we use Gmail, but it's just to communicate with people. But I don't need if someone's like, can I have an Excel file of your inventory? I click a button on my CRM, save it, email it to them. Can I have a pro forma invoice? Button, saved, email.
Would your CRM next step in your CRM development, I think, if it wants to keep up with like new technology landscapes, is they need, I don't know if they might have it, I don't know. They need to develop an API. You know what an API is?
Not in this context, no.
All right, so in general context, you know what an API is?
No, tell me.
All right, so an API is an application programming interface. Okay.
Okay.
So, do you know what like a terminal is?
Yeah.
And do you know what a command line interface is?
Yeah, but that's not something we need.
No. Listen, this is why you need it. All right, so you need it because when you think of a command line interface, it basically think of any program, right? Most big programs.
Oh no, I have access to that. I could we have a terminal. Like it's if I open the program up,
There's a terminal.
Yeah, there is.
Oh yeah, because there's a server and
yeah. There's
Wait,
terminal,
are you sure it's the terminal, not the browsers like fucking?
Yes,
source?
it's the terminal. Yes.
So this thing comes with a terminal.
Yeah, it's an in-house.
So you could run commands in that terminal.
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah.
So you
Like,
could do
it's-
everything you need to do in the CRM with never having to click buttons. You could just do it all in the terminal and like run
Oh,
scripts.
I could if I wanted to do that. Yeah.
Yeah?
Yeah, I could. Yeah, but I wouldn't. Like usually, I would pull the terminal if if something's not working right, because it would have to if something's not working right, it'd be very unique to me. Like it wouldn't be affecting everyone else. Or if like there's some problem, like you could pull that up and see like, all right, what's going on?
No, it's excellent. That means if you run like an agentic harness on your computer, like a local machine, and have your own assistant built like I do, you could probably connect it to that terminal. Because the thing is, those those AI agents, they could talk to any program you want. The thing is, the program has to also accommodate the way agents talk to things. Because
I don't know how I wouldn't know how it would communicate with it because I don't know what type of I think it's C++.
the programming language,
Yeah.
you don't have to know that. The AI models know all the programming language. Like they're better programmers than you'll ever be. So what I'm saying is like, as long as it has an interface, your interface for the CRM is you probably have a window pop up with a bunch of buttons and tabs, and you go to different sections.
Yeah.
The agent needs something like that, but it doesn't look the same. They don't need that whole like decorative fucking
Right. I can just tell it
format.
execute.
All they need is the list of functions. They need to know where all the files are stored. They need to know the whole repositories and all that shit and libraries.
But
and the commands. And once they know that, then they could do whatever the fuck you need. Everything that you could do on your CRM, if it has a terminal, the agent can handle it.
Right, and like that makes sense, and it would. I get that, but it wouldn't make sense for it'd be more work to do it that way. It's not. I don't have to navigate through that many things. I don't have to press that many buttons, and like
No. All right. So if it's like that, then it's even better because you could do what's called a cron job. You know what a cron job is?
No.
A cron job it's basically a repeating job. It comes from the word like chronology, like chronicle, like chronicleize or chrono, like it's basically a repetitive task. So a cron job could be as simple as like once you get that agent running, you say every 9 minutes, I want you to do a system health check and then report back to me. So then every 9 minutes, it's going to pop up. It's going to do that, whatever.
Okay.
So the thing is with cron jobs is you could chain them. You could do like, all right, you could make one cron job extremely complex, or you could do one longer cron job and do like smaller cron jobs to support it. So again, like it's not just about like, having an assistant to do things. But you could automate everything. And it's like, it could alert you like whenever.
I understand, but like there's like so alerts would work where like if I could tell it to keep track of a certain item.
And on top of that, you could also set up your agent with your Telegram. So you could be, like outside of your house and you'd be like, on your phone, it's like on your Telegram, it's like, yo, multi-bot, do this, do that, do this, like, and you don't even have to be there, and it'll do it as if you're sitting at your computer. It's basically just like system level control from a language model, and a language model could do everything, but when you go on the browser, it doesn't have hands on your computer.
Right.
But when you download an agent harness, you have hands.
Okay.
That's what's incredible about this shit. It's the next step, dude. Imagine working without ever having to work. Like if you get good enough.
I barely work now, but yeah, no, I get what you're saying. Yeah.
Like you can't really say no to that. You just have to figure it out. I'll help you. You could just try. You could start it in phases. First, you could start in like a small scale.
I'd also be afraid to do anything with the CRM without telling them first.
No, forget the CRM stuff. Just run it locally first. Like grow it. Like it's like imagine like an egg hatching in your computer. You talk to it first,
right,
and then you ask it questions like, "So what are you about? What can you do? How do I use you? How do I work you? Like tell me how you work."
What's that called?
Hermes.
Costs money though, don't it?
No, Hermes is free. What costs money is like, all right, so Hermes is the agent harness. That's completely free. What could potentially cost money is you got to power it with a model.
Hermes, God.
So like, let's say you want to use Hermes with ChatGPT. So you go to OpenAI, you pay for a ChatGPT subscription. They give you a key, you connect it to your Hermes agent, and it could be powered. It could use their brain. Or let's say you like Claude. So you go to Anthropic, you pay for a subscription with Claude tokens or whatever, and then it could be powered by Claude. You just have to wire it and connect it. It could do it itself. And it's really easy to do. Or let's say you want to run a local model. You have it already installed on your own machine, completely, like we discussed before, on a unified memory system, and you could connect it to that. And it could switch freely. And it could be like, oh, we're running out of tokens on this subscription. I got to switch to OpenAI. Oh, we ran out of OpenAI. Let's just switch to like, and then it'll even tell you, it's like, well, if I switch to this model, we'll lose some capabilities, but your API burn rate, it'll keep track of it for you.
Okay.
It's really, really fun, man. It's really cool.
I should look into that. I'll write it down.
I think you're gonna get really, and you know what I realized that it could also do, like if you connect it to like Notebook LM, it gets its own like infinite memory repository, and it also has a browser, so it could do web searches. So I was like, are you capable of generating entire Dungeons and Dragons campaigns using like specific rule sets and frameworks of like specific?
I need that because I am having such a hard time writing my campaign.
Dude, it got really good. You know what else I just taught?
You know what fucking Alec did? He had it. He had fucking ChatGPT write part of his campaign.
Yeah,
and like
dude, it's really good at shit like that.
Yeah.
It's phenomenally good.
Yeah, I thought his campaign was alright.
I mean, you got to do it right. It's all depending on how.
Well, mine would be really good.
It all depends on how you prompt it. Like
no, of course.
You could say like do it in the style of whatever.
And I know exactly how I would prompt it because I know exactly what I'd want from it. All right.
And another thing I also figured out how to do was I recently taught my agent how to play EVE Online, because EVE Online is the only like mass community supported one that gives you a command line, something like a bot controller, you know. So I was like, I built it with my agent. I was like, because the last repository was updated like 3 years ago. So I was like, let's rebuild it. You know, that could work for you. And he's like, and he built it. And I was like, does it work? And he was playing the fucking game for me.
It's funny. It's cool.
Yeah. So we're going to play EVE Online together. We're going to make mad automated ISK, and I'm going to sell it on the fucking black market for money. I'm kidding. I'm not going to do that. No, but it was just to see if I could, you know, just to see. Yeah. Anyway, that concludes the second part, and we're going to get some beers.
It was PG-13. Yeah, and like and Nick Cage, like he overacts, but like he's like, I'm doing a noir, I'm gonna overact, and I really enjoyed it. Nick Cage has been growing on me the past couple of years.
All right, so we're back to the third part, and this is where we talk about media. We were just talking about Spider-Man Noir, which Chris apparently really enjoyed.
Oh, it was fucking excellent. I didn't ask for it. I don't think anyone asked for this, but it's a fantastic show.
I just wish it wasn't Ben Reilly and it was like Peter Parker.
You gotta finish it.
Oh, gotta finish it. Was it the little boy?
Oh God, no, that'd suck. That'd be terrible. No.
Gotta finish it. All right.
Yeah,
I do have to finish it.
It's just like because there was actually an animated show, a Spider-Man Noir animated show that came out a couple years ago. It was supposed to be pretty good, and but whatever. I know Ben Reilly, but I know Ben Reilly is a different Spider-Man in a different universe. He's not supposed to be Spider-Noir Spider-Man. So that like it bugged me. I'm like, why is he Ben Reilly? But
they explain it.
Yes.
All right.
Yeah. I mean, it's not like a big like thing. It's just it's a very quick line, and I'm like, oh, okay, that makes sense. I'm like, okay.
A fellow once asked me, what universe am I in or whatever.
Yeah. The great line. It was really good. I really enjoyed that. Fucking Brendan Gleeson was great.
Oh shit!
All right, so
I'm sure we're also fucking thinking about Disclosure Day.
You want to see that at theaters?
Yeah.
Yeah?
I do.
Huh.
It comes out next week.
Next Thursday? Right? Thursday. That's the 11th. Let's look at tickets. You want to go to AMC or Alamo Draft House?
Wait, can we see it Friday?
Sure.
You want to see it unless you want it. Wait, it comes out Thursday?
Well, Thursday night would be the first time you could see it, but we could wait till Friday.
Let's wait till Friday.
All right.
Because Thursday night I have the dojo.
Okay, yeah, so we'll do Friday. That's fine. AMC or Alamo Draft House?
What do you think is better?
I mean, they're both nice. Maybe Draft House. Let's see, whatever. Whichever one's cheaper. Yeah, whatever. Actually, I was thinking, I'm not gonna be drinking anymore, so I don't even really care.
I'm excited to see this fucking movie, bro.
Yes, you are. But yeah, I'm looking forward to it. It'll be cool.
It's
I've tried.
the first-
I've done nothing
It's the
but
first
watch.
fresh Spielberg slop I've seen in a long time. Okay.
It's true. Yeah, he hasn't done any sci-fi shit since. Did he? No, he directed. Did he direct Signs?
Did he? Close Encounters of the Fourth Kind. Third kind. Sorry.
You're getting ahead of yourself there, bro.
That's where we're now. Like,
Oh, that was a nice Shyamalan. He was Signs. That makes sense. What a twist.
yeah. Signs was funny because it really wasn't about aliens in the end. It was about demons.
Yes.
You know that, right?
Yeah, I know. I never cared for it. I actually like was The Village? That one I actually like.
I don't like M Night Shyamalan. Those movies.
No, so that's the only one like besides The Sixth Sense, because that's just a good movie.
M like Shyamalan. Shyamalan.
That and Unbreakable. You ever see Unbreakable?
No.
Unbreakable is really good. So it's like a superhero movie before superhero movies. It's Bruce. It's Bruce Willis and Samuel L. Jackson. So Samuel L. Jackson's character is like he was born with some bone disease. His bones are very brittle. They're like glass. So he's in a wheelchair. He's a huge comic book fan too. And like and like it just he's just obsessed with comic books and superheroes and stuff like that. And then Bruce Willis, when he was like a teenager or whatever, like in high school, he was on a train and there was a horrible train crash where everybody died except for him.
I did see this. Well,
You saw Unbreakable?
Yeah, but I fell asleep through it and I didn't finish it.
That's really good. But yeah, everyone died except for him. And then Samuel Jackson like seeks him out. He's like, dude, you're a superhero. You have powers. And he's like, no, I don't. And he's like, you do. He's like, it's you. And like he pushes,
predict shit.
Yeah, he pushes him to like do that. And then finally like he comes to a breaking point where like, Samuel Jackson's like, he's like, you're a superhero. I know that because I'm a villain. I'm a super villain.
Isn't he glass?
He's made of glass. His bones are like glass.
I mean, isn't
and
he
you're
from back in
unbreakable.
the movie Glass?
That's what that was a sequel that came out like 15 years later. But Unbreakable is really good. But yeah. And that was it. Like he's like there has to be an opposite to me. My bones are like glass. You're unbreakable.
Yo, it was kind of sad, like how after MCU, so many people tried doing like shared universes. Like so many, like
I know.
the monster one was a good pick.
That's you ever watch it's a YouTube channel called It Was a Shit Show.
No.
So they covered that when they try to do the Mummy like monster universe thing and like how it just fell apart.
Mm-hmm.
They like a lot of their shows about like how their channel is dealing with like movies and like troublesome like productions or whatever.
Like the Critical Drunk or whatever.
Yeah, but not fucking annoying. Not like that.
Go away.
No, not like that.
Feminism.
I never liked
How
him.
terrible. I don't like this movie because it provides context for women's thoughts and feelings. I don't like it.
I don't like people who are negative for the sake of being negative.
I
It's
don't
just so
like it
easy.
one bit. Go away.
They're not negative. They're merely like talking about the trouble with the production.
They're cantankerous.
Yes, like how fuck, what was that movie? Shit, the one with Harrison Ford.
Star Wars Episode 7.
Did you think I had trouble remembering Star Wars?
Episode 7.
Oh, don't say it's no episode 7. I don't know what you're talking about. Fucking that. So episode 9, me and Mike we got tickets to go see it. We're gonna see it at like 11 o'clock at AMC. We were talking about it. We didn't really want to see it. Like we were like we have to. Like it's Star Wars, but we're not gonna enjoy it. So it's gonna be a good time. We got the tickets. We walked in the theater. We walked right to the bar. And they were like, "Oh, sorry, the bar closes at 10." And I looked at Mike. I'm like, "I don't want to see this movie sober." And he's like, "Yeah, me neither." So we left. We paid for the movie.
And he just dipped.
We just left.
Yo, what's really funny is that Star Wars is actually very spiritual. And the reason why it's spiritual is because George Lucas shamelessly just ripped off of so many spiritual elements or directly adjacent spiritual elements.
Yeah.
But however, regardless of his intention, because he did it, regardless, it still by default makes it spiritual because it still plays out the same archetypes.
Everything's influenced by something.
But
like,
it's because like you know what's funny? It's like it doesn't matter how shallow he was about it.
It's
He
like
still did the thing.
Yeah.
He still made it. He still plugged the right wires together.
Right. It's like
still like
it's a poor man. It's like a poor man's Dune. Like after watching Dune, I'm like Star Wars is just Dune, but oversimplified.
No, fuck that. Don't compare it like that. Because to be
not
fair,
I don't mean a negative way.
to be fair,
I love Star Wars.
At least Star Wars did interspecies
Hey,
politics.
bro, I love Star Wars.
At least Star Wars did interspecies shit.
Only now they did. They've gotten into politics. Star Trek did fucking.
No, I don't mean the politics, but at least they actually did aliens, whereas Dune did not.
That's true, yeah, but that's just different. But I like the idea of Dune. How like why would there were no aliens? Why would there be aliens?
I mean, technically, their version of aliens is. Do you know what it is?
What do you mean? When is
In
it?
Dune. Their version, their existential like intelligent force. It's AI. Like that's why like they need. That's what.
I know that.
That's why they need those.
I haven't read all of Dune.
Well, that's why they need those navigators because
because they like they navigate like they navigate ships safely through space.
Yeah, but
because they could perceive the future.
But then you're thinking it's like why the fuck don't they just use technology? Because at
everything's very analog in Dune.
Well, at one point because they did actually have AI, and it just went completely out of control.
Yeah.
So they had to like they pretty much banished. They managed to contain AI and banish it to like
and
outer reaches.
And now they use like
space.
magic. To a sense, like
more like biohacking, I guess.
Drugs,
like biohacking.
Yeah, they have to see the future to
hyper advanced biohacking.
I like it. I love it. It's cool. Very interesting.
It is hyper advanced biohacking to the point where it's like religious because it spans like thousands.
Well, that's
of years.
why. Yeah, that's. I didn't mean to like. I'm not insulting Star Wars. When I'm like it's oversimplified Dune, but I see the elements, and it's not knocking Star Wars, but like
I prefer Star Wars.
Well,
over Dune.
I mean, I just know so much about Star Wars, and like there's so much expanded shit that I love about. Star
Dune
Wars.
is very contained within its like tight lore. Star Wars is a lot messier.
That's Star Wars, yeah.
Star Wars is a lot looser and a lot more contradictory. However, it is far more expansive than Dune.
Exactly. And you could always tinker with it, like not just because you wrote one story in Star Wars doesn't mean that you can't do something different. You can't like.
Well, now they just like decanonized everything, which is like really shitty.
I don't give a fuck about like I'll be talking about something like that's not canon anymore. I'm like I don't give a fuck about canon. Like who gives a shit? Why?
Because they basically disrespected the fuck out of all the work.
They've been disrespecting Star Wars. I don't care.
No. I mean the day they decided to do that, they just rendered like all the other like lore makers just obsolete and like meaningless.
No, but like that's only to them. They say it's meaningless, but like I still, if you still know it,
but like you're not the Prestige, and like first of all, like if you decided like it doesn't matter, it's like it's not your decision. Second, like as in like
it's Kathleen Kennedy's decision.
We would all prefer if no one got to take it away from them, but like imagine living like your whole life knowing that you contributed
that's
something
it.
real.
That's it. But like you can't take that away. But that's just because you say this doesn't matter anymore. That doesn't. You can't take that away from me.
Sure, they can because they
didn't.
Because at one point they were making video games. They were making media based off of the bits that you contributed,
shit,
and then suddenly they're gonna say, "No, we're never gonna do that again because we decided it's bullshit." Like you're saying, no, like, that's a lot worse than that.
They're going back to that because of how terribly they've handled everything.
Exactly. That's why they're trying to. But they can't walk that back. They can't. The only saving grace, the only key thing they have, the only entryway they have left is the Old Republic. Don't get me wrong; it's like the old.
That's good
it's the
shit.
best. It's the best thing they've ever done, and out of the whole expanded universe. But it's like all they got now, and they're gonna kind of ruin it because of that. You know.
I explained Knights 2 and like the Kreia and the Forest and all that stuff like to my uncle because he's a Star Wars fan. I got on a tangent. I told him the whole thing. He's like, "That's the fucking coolest shit I ever heard." I'm like, "Yeah."
Did you like it?
Yeah, I love it. Like I like this.
Did you like it better than 1?
It's not that like I don't like 1 better than the other. Like I love 1. Like I love that story. But in 2, like it's so like.
2 is a fucked up game.
It is because like, but
it's
it also like
game.
it also like I love it because I'm such a Star Wars nerd that like it went past like it really got into the Force and like the essence of the Force. And, like what is the essence of the Force? Death.
No, it didn't just get into it. It criticized. It completely.
I know. I love that.
The Force.
I love that.
And it pretty much looked at it in like the harshest, most critical light you could ever view that aspect of that fictional universe. Whereas the first one was the opposite. The first one was completely about like how it was literally honestly.
But you were also manipulated too, which I love.
No. Well, the first one was amazing in terms of character development because as Revan, right, everything was so much more meaningful because like you did all the great shit and you did all the horrible shit before the game even starts.
Right.
It's already established, which means your journey throughout all of KOTOR 1, it becomes a way more meaningful layer. It's
because also like you like nothing happened by accident in that game. Whereas like in a game, like, you know, it's these circumstances, like it's
yeah. I mean, think of like the meta contextual implications. It's like if you choose the light side in KOTOR 1, that means you're a character who at first served the light, you know, just uncritically. But then they fell. And then they came back and then they chose to kill that dark part of themselves and then finally became true.
Yeah. And like I love how
they earned that godlike status. Whereas
and in 2, it doesn't matter. There's no light, there's no dark.
But also in the first one, if you choose the dark side, that's also crazy meaningful because you were the character that started as
you embraced yourself.
You killed the last vestiges of the weakness within you, and you finally embraced who you were truly meant to be, which is Revan, Darth Revan.
And that's why I liked because I've done both obviously, but like being choosing dark side, like Bastila like just like fucking hypes you up. She's like, that's right. She's like, this is who you're supposed to be. Like. You're completely unencumbered now.
Now 2 was different because like you play as the definition of a tragic hero. Because in 2, the Exile was did you know that the Exile was the only real
after the Jedi Mandalorian War rather than Jedi Civil War, you're the only one that came back to
face judgment
because
you were the only one that fucked up
and they cut you off and they cut you off from the Force.
They didn't. It wasn't.
No, that's right. You cut yourself off from the Force.
Yeah, you find
and
out.
like you're an anomaly to them because they don't
know what happened. It was because
they couldn't imagine like someone living after cutting themselves off from the Force. Like it's.
But you know what the real reason was?
You're an echo in the Force.
The reason why the Exile got cut themselves off subconsciously is because the Exile was a truly gifted Force user, because what the Exile could do that, you know how everyone has their thing, like Bastila had battle meditation or whatever.
Right. Yeah.
So the Exile, as stupid and as fuddy-duddy as it sounds,
Force connection thing.
Empathy. It's basically like
Sure.
Force multiplied empathy. And like basically the Exile's empathy was so strong that it could literally, the Exile was able to.
When you lost your hand, Kreia lost her hand.
The Exile was able to force empathize with the whole planet at once, and then be able to just crush their lives, like be able to make them like.
Which is what's
drive them to such despair where they just instantly die.
Nihilus, Darth Nihilus,
yeah.
Which is what like Darth Nihilus is, like a wound in the Force going around, just feeding off.
Darth Nihilus was the worst out of all.
Darth Nihilus was boring.
Yeah, because Darth Nihilus was a shame because Darth Nihilus could have been way fucking cooler.
But like Darth Nihilus was kind of just a distraction to like keep you focused and not have you pay attention to Kreia, like because Kreia's like it's really about Kreia. Like everything was like she was like the puppet master in the whole thing. It was about her playing out like.
I mean, no. Like Darth Nihilus was really cool as a concept because you know what Darth Nihilus is?
He's a wound in the Force. He's death.
No. Beyond that, like all right. So Darth Nihilus is the epitome of what the Force tells you to do, but in the most twisted and darkened version of it. For example, when a Jedi dies, right?
It leaves a wound in the an echo in the Force.
No. I'm saying like if the Jedi who dies like is at such a state of enlightenment or like alignment with the Force that after they die they could still exist and like exist,
but he feeds
like they're
off.
not really there,
right? But he feeds off of that.
Exactly. He is like one with the Force, but on the other end of the spectrum, to the point where he's not really alive.
Yeah.
He's just an apparition, just like like Qui-Gon Jinn or Ben. But he's the dark side version of that.
He's so lame though.
They conducted it really
like fucking.
well.
I mean, Malik's fucking cool. Like
Scion was fucking cool.
No, Malik's way cooler than Scion.
No, but that's an unfair.
Scion's a little fucking. He's a sub.
But I'm saying, out of all the villains in KOTOR 2,
I love Malik.
Scion was the coolest out of KOTOR 2 villains.
Oh, and 2.
Yeah.
I mean, Kreia to me is the ultimate in that. But
no, dude, Scion. Let me remind you about Scion.
Well, also, I mean, like
Scion's whole shtick, right? Was that he is a person, a Jedi or a Force user who was like killed many, many, many times, but he just refuses to die. Meaning, like, let's say
the Force is what's holding him together.
Let's say you shoot him, and as soon as he's like dying, he's like, "No, I'm not going to die because these people have to die first."
And
then like the Force just like fills in that gap.
Yeah.
And because of his hatred is so strong, the Force like multiplies it and like keeps his fucked up body together.
He's like an abomination of Kreia.
And did you notice that when you fought him, no matter how you beat
him,
you
don't kill him. You can't kill him because he keeps coming back.
But every time you whittle him down and before he regenerates, you talk to him.
Yeah.
And then you like kind of break his will. You ask him, he's like, "Why are you doing this?" And he's like, "Blah blah blah." He's like, "Are you sure you want to do this?" He's like, "Blah blah blah." And he's like, "I don't know. It seems like you don't really have to do this."
He's Kreia's whipping boy.
And then you fight, and then eventually it turns into, you do realize like this is all stupid and all pointless, right? And he's like, "You're right." And then he just completely falls apart.
because that's what Kreia was trying to teach you and what Kreia was trying to teach him.
he was a failure in that regard.
Yeah, yeah,
while
yeah.
you kind of understood it, you got it. You were like, it is all meaningless. Shit, this is what that old bitch is trying to tell you.
I loved it. Like play the first time. Like it's when I was like I was trying to do like when you can like upgrade and go up another class. And you're like, I want to be a Jedi like Guardian +2 or whatever. And she's like, all right, if that's what you want, but like that shouldn't be what your goal is. Like it's you shouldn't be concentrating on things like that.
I think the
And, like-
Exile was like a lot more vulnerable than playing through Revan. Like the Exile as a protagonist was way more like fragile to me. You know?
Yeah, and all because like but he like
when you played as Revan, even when you didn't know you were Revan, everyone was like looking at you like, oh god, this guy. You know. Whereas when you're the Exile, it's like everyone's either like you fucking worm, or they're like you're not gonna hurt him anymore. Stop. You know, like yeah.
But like people like as the Exile, like it's the way like he carried himself. Like you were someone who had pain, knew that pain, and like was walking with your regret. And like I feel like it's
my Exile was a woman, whereas my Revan was a dude.
I think canon at one point like the Exile was supposed to be a woman.
The Exile?
Yeah.
Oh, that makes sense.
Yeah.
I mean,
I played her once, but I don't like I played as a girl, but I don't like the guy you get instead of the chick with the white hair.
Well, canonically, what happens is Revan goes to the outer, like at the end of.
Well, you go searching for Revan.
Yeah, so the Exile does go search, and the Exile does find Revan within the outer expanses of the
outer rim, yeah.
empire, and there was an empire building their own shit.
The old Sith Empire or whatever.
And then the problem is the Exile Revan has been like kidnapped and imprisoned for like many years.
Yeah.
The Exile frees Revan, but at the cost of the Exile's own life. However, when the Exile dies, they get to become they get to join the pantheon of like Force gods like
Yoda and Qui-Gon and stuff. Yeah.
Which must be nice, honestly, because the Exile deserves it. That's what the Exile. I mean, yeah, it sucks that they died, but they deserve peace, and they got it at the end of the day.
Just like in that game, like there's no like even when you're going to get like
Revan had to,
remember when you're going to get like final Jedi Council members that were in hiding, and like if you want to be the bad guy, you'll fight them and kill them right then and there if you wanted to. But
either way, it's like the same.
I know, but like it's the thing, you get them back on the council, and you finally get them together, and like that's kind of your mission. They're like you're an abomination, like you have to be
destroyed.
You're a wound of the Force. You have to be destroyed. It's the only thing we could do. We should have done this years ago, and it's just so fucked up. Like
Krea's like comes in and is like fuck you, fuck you, fuck you. You shall not hurt her anymore.
Fucking great game. So actually
because Krea doesn't like Krea, like you're the only it was tragic because like once you side against Krea, like that's confirmation that Krea was exactly who you thought she was.
No, to me the thing is that like
thought she was.
To me the thing is like Krea, like she like it's just not getting through to you. And so to her, like the only way she can get you to understand is by becoming an enemy to you.
Yeah.
Because all you understand is one or the other. You only understand light or dark. You only understand extremes. So she's like,
and
fine,
Krea,
you understand.
And
I'll
was
be
like,
extreme for you.
God, you're so pathetic. First,
I know. Yeah.
I'm gonna kill your bullies, and then I'm gonna fucking teach you the final lesson.
Because you're so fucking stupid. Yeah, I love it.
Yeah.
She's like, you don't fucking listen. So good.
Even at the end of the last fight, when you're like, it's not too late, Krea. Like you could just change your mind, and Krea's like, that's sweet. And then he just like tries to kill you. Yeah.
I like that. Before that happens, you get to ask her about stuff. It's cool.
At the very last minute, it's like, it's not too late. Like.
No, but she's
like, oh, my sweet summer child.
Exactly, my sweet summer girl.
But at the end of the day, like the Exile goes to the Outer Rim, to Revan, and dies.
The second game, I have it on my PC because I haven't played it in a few years, but like there was a point where I was like replaying that game like every other year. But so Obsidian made that game. Obsidian also made Fallout New Vegas, but Obsidian didn't get to finish Knights 2. Also, it was rushed. It's shorter than the first game, if you notice. Yeah,
it was incomplete.
Yeah, but there's mods that let you unlock like the missing planet and some missing quests. So I've done all those. Pretty cool. But like I mean, like there's a planet. There's a whole droid planet that was cut. So it brings that back. I mean, it's incomplete. So the droid planet's not like anything crazy. It's cool to do. But there's some quest lines that like were cut that it'll bring back that are interesting.
I would be really impressed. What I really want to see is like a remake of it. But I like, what if they just ditched the RPG shit altogether and just made it on the engine of like Jedi Survivor or something?
Yeah, I mean that'd be
like a combination of Jedi Survivor and Jedi Outlaw.
That is,
you get your blaster,
or like
Mass Effect,
Jedi Knights, Jedi Outcast, the Jedi Outcast series.
Yeah.
That's some fun shit.
Oh, you mean that old school Kyle Katarn?
Oh, I love
game?
that shit.
Yeah.
The third one, Jedi
The first one you
Outcast.
played, I like the second one way better, Jedi Academy.
That's the third one.
No, it's the second one.
Oh, I'm sorry. That's Kyle's third game, but yes, it's the second one. I love that one. Yeah, I fucking love that game. I played that game
Because you don't play as Kyle, you play as
you play as an apprentice, your own guy. Yeah, I liked it, and like
That
you
was
fucking
awesome. That was sick.
Yeah, that was really cool. I liked that game a lot.
God, because like it was all everything was getting fucked up. Luke was like, "What the fuck?" You know, like shit's getting fucked up.
Hey, let's make a new Star Wars movie. Let's kill Luke really quick instead of showing a fucking new Jedi Academy. Fucking Disney. Yeah, that game is pretty cool.
A new Jedi Academy would have been awesome.
Yo, you ever play the multiplayer in that?
Yeah.
Fucking fun as shit.
Well, yeah. Without that, we would never have gotten Battlefront. Battlefront is sick.
You don't have to tell me, but so like there's
I know, bro. I know.
No. So I'm not a man of many talents. There's I'm a
You're probably as good as Battlefront as I am at Super Smash.
Battlefront 2. I am. It doesn't like it's not a complicated game. It's not complex, but I cannot be beaten at Battlefront 2. Do you remember when you lived on Richmond Ave with Goon?
Yeah.
So that summer I was working for the census.
Mm-hmm. Great job.
Bro, I paid me $25 an hour, and I made my own hours. It was a good job. A lot of fun. But so I went like to go like do whatever, and they called me. They're like, "Oh, we're letting you go. Like we're done. You're fired." I'm like, "Oh, cool." So I hit up Goon. I'm like, because he also had just gotten fired. I'm like, "I don't have a job." He's like, "I don't have a job." I'm like, "What do you want to do?" And he's like, "I want to McDonald's and play Battlefront." I was like, "Okay." We played Battlefront for like 4 or 5 hours at that McDonald's because they had an Xbox there. It was his.
I remember.
Yeah.
The GameCube too.
Yeah. And also there was one time I went to Mike's house and I was hanging out with Mike and then Artie and
Jordan's really good at that game as well.
I'm better than him.
Really?
Yeah. So him and Artie were playing, and I just noticed they were playing. Well, you guys playing Battlefront 2? I'm like, it's,
you guys think you're?
Yeah.
You think you know ball?
And
huh?
yeah, Artie was like, bro, he's like, I just beat Jordan like 5 times in a row.
And you were like, and he was like, I didn't know you knew ball.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. I said I played him. He's like, how? He's like, what's the last time you played this? I'm like, I don't know, 4 years ago.
Yo, I had that exact experience. Like, I think it was in a fucking like EDC, New York, and like my friend brought his like Switch to the hotel room so that we could play between the nights, festival nights. And he's like, I was just watching him play. I was like, yo, you play Super Smash? I was like, I don't know. It's been a little while. It's like, all right, play me, because he was like doing good. So I was like, I don't know if I still got it like that. He's like, come on, play me. So I fucked him up, and I was like, I still got it, bro.
It's a good feeling.
It's one of those games. It just doesn't change. I was like, yeah.
It's saying like a Mortal Kombat 2 is like the one that I know the best.
I was like, bro, I came out of Bay Terrace, bro. You'll never fucking beat me.
I don't play Super Smash because of them, because of our friends.
Yeah, we were fucking.
I wanted to play, but I just couldn't. No one let me. It's just like I just got beat. Like I was already out of everyone's league. I was like, fuck this game. I'm not playing this game.
I don't know how that game clicked for me so well. Like I don't know, probably the same way it clicked for everyone else. Like for
well, I mean, also because I wasn't. Everyone else was so much better.
But then eventually it kind of fizzled out, and eventually it was just like me and Jordan. Like because like that was it. Like nobody else like was like they couldn't win. But then me and Jordan were playing, and it was like that was it. Like
Jordan's
the best. He is the best.
Me and Mike have talked about it. Like we were both there the moment Jordan got better at video games than either of us. It was that they were at my house and we were playing. I
know a secret, by the way, that you guys don't know. He does his homework. He actually does his homework. Like when he's like scrolling on his phone, I bet he learns about like a lot of shit.
Oh yeah, I mean I knew that.
Like Mike's like reading like crack notes, and meanwhile Jordan's looking at like meta games.
Jordan understands everything about it. He looks Jordan doesn't talk out of his ass.
Yeah. And what's interesting is that he accumulates all this knowledge on his own. Like usually gamers nowadays, like they'll get good by getting information that was told to them. It's like they'll play online. They'll be like, "Yo, you didn't know you could do that with the hotkey and everything." Yeah. Meanwhile, Jordan just doesn't even like talk to me.
Because me and Mike bullied him,
and he just figured it out and he got better than everyone.
Me and Mike have discussed this. We remember the exact moment he got better at us at video games. We were both at my house. He was probably in the 4th grade. I guess we were in. No, he would have been like, he was probably in the 4th grade. We were in like 6th or 7th when we were playing Dragon Ball Z Budokai, probably 2. And like, he just won like 5 games in a row. And we were like, fuck. And that was the last day I ever beat Jordan at any game. Other than Battlefront that time, but.
And Halo. Jordan like probably got his hands on Halo and that was a wrap too.
Oh yeah, well that's just it. Like it was like, oh, like he's just better at games than we are. But I don't. I like fucking. I like. I don't. The other thing too is like I don't. I'm good at shooters. I just get bored of them. I just don't like doing the same thing over and over again. Like I understand how shooters work. Like Mike asked me to play online with him and some of his friends. And I'm like, okay. And I'm like, I haven't played Halo in like fucking forever. And he's like, all right, well, he's like, we'll play Halo too. I'm like, okay. And
Sounds like you're ready to grow as a shooter gamer. Sounds like you're ready to move on to like looter shooters like Tarkov, fucking Arc Raiders. Sounds like you're ready to like marathon. Sounds like you're ready to actually like grow.
I could do it. It's just like I just don't like the repetitive.
Arena shooters are different. Those are different stories. Those are all about like tight team. That's professional sports shit. You know, like
I know. So like when I was in Missouri and Pat, his son was like, "You want to play Fortnite with me?" I'm like, "Bro, I'm like Fortnite's older than you. Number one." I'm like, "Number two, I'm like, I hate Fortnite. I don't want to play it." He's like, "Come on." He's like, just play once.
No, you got to play like Tarkov, Arma, Daisy, and
I know,
like
but
real games.
I'm like, dude,
Big boy
I
games.
haven't played. I'm like, you weren't alive. I think the last time I played Fortnite. He's like, "Come on, you got to play it." I'm like, "All right, fine." And I finished second. And even Pat was like, he's like, "Dude," he's like, "How are you getting those headshots?" I'm like, "It's fucking, they're all the same." I'm like, "You just
clicking on heads.
You aim and like you move up, so you're always getting in the head." I'm like, "It's fucking simple." And then yeah, his kid was like, "He's
if
like,
we ever played against each other in a shooter, just know you're not beating me with a controller.
yeah.
I mean, if I get a controller, you might win, but it's like if I'm keyboard and mouse and you're
I'm sure,
controller,
yeah,
I'm
yeah.
gonna fuck you up.
Yeah, I'm sure, yeah. I wouldn't doubt that.
I didn't because like I was always a controller player for like my whole life as a gamer, but as soon as I like at first
I do like playing using a keyboard. Just
I hated it. I fucking hated it. But then like
I thought you did too, but once I
then-
got used to it, like it's better than like the stick because like it's
when I started Arc Raiders, like I had to play keyboard and mouse because I was doing too many things like with streaming. So it's like once the thing that made it click was when I set my own hotkeys. Like it was when I remapped my own controls.
yeah. I didn't like get that.
Dude, look at my
That was a
keyboard.
fucking difference maker to me. I'm like, wait a second.
Yo, look at my keyboard. You see how some keys are different?
Yeah,
Like
I know.
Yeah. That's why I did that shit.
Yeah.
Because it's like I went crazy about it. I was like, even look at this shit. Like this is my old gaming keyboard. You see how I like taped it up?
I know what that is. Yeah,
I went psycho over this shit. I was
No,
like,
it's dude,
like
it
once
makes-
I figured that out, I was like, this is superior in every fucking way possible. Like this is way better.
It's all it's right there. It's much more responsive.
And the click just like when like the difference between like having to line an analog stick on a
Exactly.
head versus just like left clicking ahead, I'm like easy. It's pretty much like trying to like exit out pop-ups really fast. It's like the same thing. Like I'm not good though. I'm not good at PvP because like when you're playing on like you might be better than someone playing on a controller, but when you're playing against other PC players, like they're cracked. Like they are you will not like if you're just a casual and you haven't been doing this for a long time, like you're gonna get fucked up.
That also is what's prevented me from playing certain games.
Well, this is why I like Arc Raiders because the goal isn't kills.
Yeah.
The goal is
I
the
played
loot.
Arc Raiders.
Yeah,
Yeah. I have it.
you have it.
Yeah.
Let's play together.
Yeah, so I would do that. Wait,
I'm pretty sure it's cross-platform.
right? I have it on PlayStation, right?
If it's cross-platform, yeah, that's fine. I stream.
It's either on my PlayStation or my PC. I don't remember, but I think it's on my PlayStation.
If it is, I'm pretty sure it's cross-platform.
It is, I believe. Yeah, because
Yo, play with me, bro. Fucking.
all right.
I'll add you on Arc Raiders.
Okay.
I'm at like level 7. I'm in my 70s or whatever. I got way too much loot. I could share stuff with you, give you blueprints,
Yeah,
and stream, help with the revenue.
I'm down for that. It's all about the revenue,
Yeah.
passive income.
Yo, we're also like 10 subscribers away from 200. So then we're gonna live stream these episodes after that.
Oh boy,
Yeah.
anything could happen when it's live. Think of all the wacky stuff we could get into, all the racial slurs that would slip out.
People would be like, open the booster packs.
I don't know what that means.
Oh, all right. So we're gonna see Disclosure Day next week. We're gonna finish your D&D campaign.
Okay. Yeah, that'd be cool.
All right. Is there any way to make like are they complicated to play?
Or is what complicated to play?
A D&D campaign?
Complicated to play?
Yeah.
No. The thing I have an issue with is I know exactly. I have the outline. I know exactly how I want to time it out. I know where. I know what areas I want people to be in. I know exactly how I want things to go. I have no problem with that. I know the enemies that I want, But the only problem I have is is figuring out is managing like the enemies and like certain like and like what they could do and like keeping track of some stuff like that. It's the only thing I've had problems with. Like I'll tell you what my campaign is. This is also like this campaign. I have 2 campaigns, but there's a bigger one that I'm working on that I also like have ideas for where like I it's just more outline stuff. But for this smaller one, it was meant to be like a 2-session playthrough.
What if we did like a special sub-series, not D&D specifically, but what if I just made like simple tabletop games with like good narratives, and then we just spent like, you know, a couple hours on the mic, like you playing through the campaign, and I'll be the game master and like narrator.
I have no problem being the dungeon master and stuff like that. It's just like I haven't done it before.
No,
so.
I mean for the podcast for Terrorisk. Like, what if we just did that for?
Oh, we could do it. You want to do a live stream D&D campaign?
Like a tabletop, not necessarily D&D, but like a tabletop campaign. I'll design the whole fucking campaign, and then.
But that's D&D essentially. Yeah, doesn't mean we don't have to adhere to certain lore or anything like that. But yeah,
like we don't need a map. We don't need like crazy. All you need is a character sheet.
I like the first few campaigns I did. We didn't have like maps, but I kind of prefer maps because I feel like it's very important. Like certain places.
I'm just saying for the sake of simplicity, like
sure, yeah, we don't have to do that. Yeah,
and then in between, like, you know, parts we could just talk and shit. And
yeah,
and if you die, we could spend the rest of the episode just like talking.
No one has to die. Like that's the other thing. Like I've realized is that like because I actually hate the thing I hate in D&D is fighting, is battles, because I just feel like they go on for like too long and like but like I realize that like it's all the dungeon master decides like when it's like, all right, yeah, like you beat him, he's dead type of thing. Like it's not
at any given time. It's like you did like a double triple critical by complete happenstance, and then you just killed him.
Well, like, I just hit something right, and it's just like if I describe it in such a way where it sounds pretty cool. Like if I natural crit and then I describe it in a cool way, he'll be like, all right, he's like, you know what, he's dead. He's like, you know what, he's like, you cut his head off, you decapitated him, and you fucking kicked his head a fucking football field away.
So you never watched like Critical Role or anything?
I've seen some of the stuff, yeah.
So you never saw Vox Machina?
No.
Dude, it's a fantastic show. It's like pretty good. You would like it. You know what it is, right? You know how it's made?
No.
All right, so with Critical Role, a bunch of voice actors get together and they play through a D&D campaign. And then that's like a whole season of the show.
Yeah, someone told me about this.
And then they create a show out of it. Isn't that great? Like that's because like what they do is when you get voice actors together playing a D&D campaign, you're basically doing like the storyboard writing. You're basically in a reading room, you know, a reading session.
That's to me, that's the easy part. Like I've got all that figured out.
So like the way that dungeon master probably sets it up is that he probably sets it up in a very narrative like focused way.
Well, you have to you have to have some structure, and like you want to guide your players to that. Like you present like the idea the fantasy of like other options, but you kind of push them towards where you want them to go. Like
this would be a really good.
Sorry, the illusion of choice. You give them the illusion of choice.
This would be a really good thing to live stream. Like if we're just doing it and you get to like a choice point and like the chat's like blowing up. It's like don't do it, roll for it.
Absolutely,
yeah. I can't wait. I'm excited. And you know, with my assistance, I could definitely whip up a funny fucking. Maybe I'll make it relevant to like Cyberpunk or something. You know, like
when we take a break, I'll tell you what my
right, let's do it. Let's take a break.
2 session.
Okay, now we're back. All right, 4th part. We talk about personal shit. Let's see. I'll start. Martial arts, the dojo. My students are coming along very, very nicely. They're developing. They're getting harder to beat. Really proud of them. I think I want to expand. Now that I'm a sensei under the dojo, like I think I want to try to expand like our social media presence. I think I want to try to like get more clips, get more videos posted.
Yeah, definitely. Not a bad idea.
You know, try to make the dojo profitable for my sensei so that...
You get a cut?
No, not at all.
It's fucked up.
I get a severe discount on membership fees because, you know,
right, sure.
I mean, you still got to keep the lights on, right?
Yeah, but you're working for them.
But that's also part of the tradition, you know?
True.
You have to. Someone's got to do it. Otherwise, the dojo dies.
But so do they have to all die and then you get the dojo and then you get to make the monies?
I mean, he could retire. He could just step away from presidency and appoint whoever he wants. It's probably not going to be me. That's probably someone way more experienced at running a whole federation of dojos. Because he's not just like the sensei head of my dojo. He's also...
He's had several dojos, right?
No, he's just the head of one dojo. But
He's the head of the whole art.
The federation. There's a federation of different dojos within the country, so that like, all right, so you know what forms are, like kata. You know what kata are, right?
Mhm.
Okay, so every style has their own unique kata. Every style has their own unique forms, right?
It's a school, right?
Yeah. So like, you know, you learn the Tiger Showman's forms, but if you go to another karate school, they'll teach you a
They'd
complete.
be like, "What the fuck are you doing?"
No, they'll know. They'll know exactly. Like,
I know.
it's easy to understand what's going on if you've learned one set, because then you could like go to other schools and kind of figure out what they're got going on. So every school has their own set. Now, if you're a dojo of like, you know, Batodo, Japanese swordsmanship, and you want to join a federation, then you have to standardize this one set of kata. That's not just our kata. It's also a kata that goes to every dojo in the federation, so they all learn it.
Mhm.
Now we do this because if we all have to compete, and we all have to like get, you know, like test our skills
Right.
against each other, like cutting. Like, you know, you set targets in front of us, which one gets the better cuts. Now, like we standardize a set of patterns in kata so that we're not all doing all different shit, because you can't just
Right,
like,
because then it wouldn't be like, how do you
exactly.
gauge? Yeah.
This way, if you're a member of the federation and you compete within the federation, then you can all have a standardized set of what you're all trying to like compete on.
Sure.
Outside of that, like within the dojo, like you learn that set and then you learn your own school's like set of kata. But that one set expands, you know, it extends throughout all the dojos in the federation.
Makes sense.
So my teacher, my sensei, is not just head of my dojo, but he's also the head of that federation.
Okay.
Yeah. So when he like hosts like a tournament or a sword festival, like all the dojos from the country come together and we all compete. And we all have a standardized format to compete on.
So could you open up your own dojo?
If I wanted to, I'd probably have to come up with a whole plan, then approach
sure,
the head of
yeah.
the federation about it.
Oh,
I you know, I don't hold legitimate.
how'd you drop that? It's crazy.
What?
How'd you drop that? That's crazy.
I don't hold legitimate rank in the American Federation. I hold legitimate rank in the Japanese Federation. So it's kind of weird, you know, like, but it's like within the Japanese Federation, I have rights to possibly represent the Japanese Federation as a, you know, a subdivision within America, as an arm within, but to represent a dojo in the U.S. Federation, I don't have the
You're just a
credentials.
filthy foreigner.
What?
Oh, nothing. Thinking a joke. Like you're just a filthy foreigner then.
Yeah, but it's funny because, like, you know, as a member of the U.S. Bato Fed Association, like, you also have the ability to also test in the Japanese Federation at the same time. And the funny part is the Japanese Federation, which I have a higher rank in, they have easier standards. Like my sensei is not the head of the Japanese Fed. That's the grandmaster of the whole style. You know,
Right,
the
right.
whole- so he supersedes us within the Japanese Federation, because the Japanese Federation gave America permission.
Right. Yeah.
But my teacher,
It's like Sega Japan.
and my teacher is the federation of the U.S. Federation, and our standards are higher. Like to pass a test, like we got to do harder shit, you know?
Okay. Yeah, it's like Sega Japan and Sega America.
Yeah. For some reason, because you know, I don't know. We just go harder, I guess. But no matter what, we give like reverence to the Japanese headquarters,
Sure,
because they're
you
the
have
ones.
to.
Yeah.
Makes sense.
We just produce better fighters, you know? So yeah, if I wanted to open up my own dojo, I could probably do it with the blessing of, as a representative of ZNTIR, but it's not quite the same as being under the federation of my sensei. He would have to give me like, I don't know, concessions of some kind. Because technically,
You'd
like,
have to pay. You have to give a cut to the federation or something, or you'd have to. Would you just have to show them like how you're teaching, or like I don't know?
it wouldn't be under the umbrella of a. I would be.
So then your
I would
students
be
couldn't- you'd be like an outlaw school, like your
No,
students
not an
know?
outlaw school. I would be treated as like another dojo, who's just a part of the federation, as opposed to like someone who's directly like, who's got the authority within the federation itself.
I got you.
know?
Okay.
Like within the federation itself, like once you rank up, like you get rank throughout all the dojos in the federation. You know,
Okay.
because every dojo who follows that federation, you get rank over them.
Mhm.
Whereas, you know, within the individual style or school itself and the own umbrella, then it's like. But the only thing is, like our Japanese branch is very tied with our American branch, because the head of that American branch is
Just the Japanese.
is a member of that.
Okay. Interesting.
Yep. So technically, I could start my own dojo, but it's not like I would have any real like judging ability in like U.S. Bato Fed fucking events, or I wouldn't have crazy authority. I would just be treated as another, like,
Couldn't you strive to that though eventually? Like,
of course.
so yeah. So why? Yeah.
I mean, I've been working to that. It's just
How much space? You don't need much space. You just need mats and stuff.
we just need to rent a gymnasium. The thing is, like, the current, I just know what he's up to right now. I like, all the other dojos are like, how come there's no events like lately? It's because I know that the president of the U.S. Bato Fed Association is currently dealing with like raising 2 boys. And, yeah, they're
shit.
very young, like babies. So he never raised kids before, and for his position, he's like a
How old
really
is he?
young guy. I think he just hit like late 30s,
Okay.
early 40s, maybe late 30s. Yeah, he's now dealing with 2 boys.
Rambunctious.
Yeah, so like, and all his personal dojo operations, a lot of it fell on me because he's not around in class as much as he used to be. Like, so I have to be there because I'm the highest ranking member who shows up consistently.
Then you have all the power to do your own dojo or demand some money.
Never. No, I mean, because like,
I respect.
first of all,
I guess,
there's no money. Like,
there's money in martial. There's money in martial
not in
arts, man.
this.
I'm telling you.
We
I'm
go
kidding.
negative.
Kidding. I know. I'm sure.
We go negative.
I'm sure. I know.
Also, it's like it's expensive. It's an expensive martial art. Like you have to pay for your sword, your equipment,
Right,
your gi, and you have to pay
The oil and stuff to
You have
maintenance.
to pay
Yeah.
to maintain it. You
Yeah.
have to send it out. You have to order it.
Yeah.
You have to you have to pay for your mats that you cut.
Well, the American Federation, there's definitely some money in that because
Of course.
America.
Because I'm sure like all the different dojos in the federation have to chip in. Like,
I would think so. You have to like pay something towards.
but then I bet
when
but
you
then
hold-
but then I bet the chain of money goes from like to the head of America to Japan, because Sensei
Probably, it
does
would have to, yeah.
he does have to pay like his
like
his
a,
due.
yeah, like a duty or a tie. Yeah, because I'd imagine you don't pay
Tribute.
up to like tribute. Yes, you don't pay up to like to hold tournaments and things like that. But like you
pay for the right to be legit.
sure, exactly. Yeah, it's very old school mentality.
Yep. So I was just left in charge of this little slice, yet significant slice,
Big little slice.
And the thing is, like, we've managed to last this long without any major push for social media presence, but I think it's time. I think it's probably time.
Definitely. I mean, like, there's people like when I
Because
tell,
we have the talent. We have all the talent. Our dojo is literally like we get gold medals in the fucking events and shit.
well, like, when I tell people about like what you do, they're like, "What? Like the people that do stuff with swords?" I'm like, "Yeah." Like it's so like it's just not even common knowledge that there's still like people practicing. That particular
yeah,
style.
and it's like it's really funny how it's a mixed bag. So like in our school in New York, in the New York Byakukan school, we get a lot of like college students, youngsters.
Makes sense, yeah.
Because the people who run the schools are pretty young and keep it going are young. And it's also New York. It's like who'd be interested in that? And we also get old people, like I told you, but also
kids with fucking disposable incomes going to college in the city.
Not really. They just need something to do.
They're full of shit.
A lot of them. Well, yeah, actually, a lot of them are loaded too.
Yeah, they're full of shit. They're loaded. They just pretend that they're not.
But then you got like schools in Florida, and they're also major because like my teacher wasn't a native New Yorker. He was from originally Florida, and that's where he first picked up swordsmanship, and he brought it to New York.
Where in Florida?
I don't know.
You know, I'm just curious.
Jacksonville maybe or something like that.
It's a big
or Tampa.
city. Could be.
Tampa.
That's also a big city. Could be.
So yeah, he was
Interesting.
around, he was like that's where he was mainly grew up, and that's where he got into martial arts, and he was a bouncer there, and he told me crazy stories from when he was a bouncer there, and yeah, he got initiated there and then brought it to New York, but in Florida it's like a much older crowd, like they're like veterans and shit, and like
Yeah, I'd imagine because like they're
like
not.
retirees.
Yeah, because like Jackson, like whatever city it is, like they're not like those aren't cities for young people.
Do you want to see my teacher, like what he looks like?
Yeah, I think you showed me before, but I'll see you again.
Yeah.
Sure.
All
Why
right,
not?
let's look him up. Let's look up Mr. Sang Kim. Let's see what the good old YouTube has to say about it. Yeah, this is him.
That's him.
Yeah. This is my teacher. Fairly young guy, right?
I thought it was the gray haired guy. That's crazy.
I think this might be one of the more popular ones.
Damn.
Jesus Christ.
Yeah. That's him.
It's pretty cool.
So yeah, I mean, I don't know. It's just lately I just don't want him to feel like he's getting rusty because he's not he's raising 2 boys now. Like This is what you get for having a young teacher. Like eventually they're gonna become transition from a young teacher to a not a young teacher.
And that's just it though. That's
I become the young teacher. Like fucking A, man.
That's weird.
Oh. I mean, you know what I really miss? I miss my own senpai. Like I miss my seniors. Cause like it got to a point where, you know, it's a nebulous thing. Like martial arts, like life happens. Like let's say you know, you're a student, you're dedicated, but then you meet a girl, you get married, you decide to move, and then you're never going to train there again. You know, it just happens all the time.
Sure.
I understood this because I've been there for 9 years. I've seen it happen like year after year. And it's not that I've lost them. Like I can still contact them at any time. It's just,
but like life
I don't
got
practice
life
with them anymore.
Yeah, life got in the way.
So it's like I miss it because like I miss having, you know, seniors, you know, like in the room with me. Like I miss not being the adult in the room. I miss it.
Dude, I totally understand that. Like there's times where like I mean in a different sense, but like I'm just tired. I'm tired of being. I don't like being the adult in the room or the person that has to be like, all right, I know what to do. I'll take care of
But I can't sit around and dislike it. So I have to like really consider it.
That's the thing. I don't like it, but I'm gonna do it. Like
because like I'm of the rank now where it's like technically like the people who I still call like senpai, like they're not my senpai anymore. You know, it's like so it's like you know once I consider that it changes things for me because like I realize like I can't fucking you know I can't treat it the same way anymore. Like I have to accept it.
Yeah.
So you know it's just lately my story is just accepting the role of being a sensei.
I mean, it's interesting, and it comes with it's a learning experience. It's very cool. Yeah, I do think it's very cool that you're a sensei.
Yeah, when it's like you look around and it's like, dude, my seniors just left, and it's like it's just me now. I am the senior, you know, like, and I'm not going. I don't plan on going anywhere. Like I have to take it to its conclusion.
Sure. Where are you gonna go? Tampa.
My conclusion is to beat my teacher because he's the best. He's like the best I've ever seen. Like he's the one I can't beat ever. So if I could beat him, then I feel like I'm ready to go somewhere. But I can't. Like I have to beat him first.
He'll always be until you beat the master. You'll always be the student. He'll be the master.
And I don't know if it's ever gonna happen because like he knows me too well. Like every move I could think of doing, he's like, I gave you that. I taught you that.
You probably have to like leave for a while or like go somewhere else. And maybe
train on my own for a bit.
Yeah.
In the wild. Like, you know, learn from the animals. Like,
you know, sure, yes.
Learn from tigers. Like learn from
anteaters with their long claws.
Learn from elephants and frogs. Yeah. And the monkeys.
Listen to the babbling brooks and what's it trying to tell me?
Yeah, it's like you've taken the instructional foundational learning as far as it could go. You have to go to nature.
Yeah. And then you become unpredictable and he doesn't know he doesn't know you then.
He's like, I learned this from the river. I learned this from the mountains.
I learned this from the river. I learned this from the air, the wind.
I learned this from the fires. I learned this from the lightning.
That would scare the shit out of me.
yeah. And then I'm doing like all this crazy shit.
You just like look around like I learned this from the babbling, from the rivers, from the wind.
I learned this from the piranha.
From the mountains, from the piranha. I am the piranha.
That's sick.
Yeah.
See, now you kind of have a taste of how this fucking campaign, this tabletop game would go. It's gonna be good.
Yeah, this is what I'm good on. Do
you know why I think this tabletop game is gonna be good? Because I understand storytelling. I know.
Same, yeah.
I mean, I'm not saying like I have a natural gift for it.
No, but we're witty and sharp and like.
Well, I'm not saying that either. All I'm saying is when it comes to storytelling specifically, I studied it specifically as a technical element of life. I didn't study it as like a natural gift, like who's good at story and study. No, like I studied the formula of storytelling. I'm not saying storytelling can be reduced to such mechanical processes. No, there's infinite amounts of beauty in it, regardless of if you have a foundational formula of it. Whether it's act 1, act 2, and act 3, whether it's a story circle, whether it's like a pattern, like regardless of the manifestation of your understanding, it does follow a shape. A story always follows a shape. And I know
how to write screenplays.
And I know that fucking shape now. Like it's like basically what primed me to learn storytelling really well was intermediate school. I think it was in 6th grade. I learned how to write an essay. I learned what an introductory paragraph was. I learned what body paragraphs were, and I learned what conclusionary paragraphs were. And once I learned that format and like had to repeat it over and over again, writing different essays.
This is what I'm going to talk about. Here's me talking about it. In conclusion, I've talked about it.
Because I understood one framework. That's a framework.
Sure.
That's an example. Then
you
give me another framework. Like, oh, that's how an essay is structured. Now this is how a screenplay is structured. This is how an autobiography is structured.
See, that's critical thinking. And
I think it's systems thinking. It's knowing, it's being able to spot a system, which is basically a pattern, being able to spot a pattern.
sure, yeah.
And a systems thinking is one, being able to notice patterns, and two, being able to create and set your own patterns.
Yes.
That's systems thinking. It's the synthesis of those two sensibilities, spotting patterns and making them. And I think I figured this out. Well, I remember this was all recently too, like the past 3 years, like I got this sensation where it's like every new thing I was learning about, because like I was working from home a lot for like a few years at that point. So like I was just reading a lot. I was just like going through rabbit holes, and I had the time and space to follow through with them and like execute experiments and whatever and instances. And I realized every new thing I learned was connecting with every other thing I knew. And then that's when pattern recognition really came into crystallized for me. You know?
Right. It helped you, like, it's almost learning about yourself. It's like understanding why. Yeah.
And here's the dangers. There are dangers of pattern recognition. Like if you notice patterns everywhere, the problem is eventually you're gonna think everything is connected, and you're gonna become schizo. You're gonna be like, oh, that happened because the clock says
that's it. You don't
the clock
look for
says 555 because
it's,
this is gonna happen.
It's
Yeah.
just to recognize, not look for, not.
And the problem with schizophrenia, the problem with like really handling it, not diagnosing it, not treating it, handling it, is that they're right. Everything is connected. However, the problem is like you need to add context to really make patterns useful. Now, I think that only happens because of one thing. First of all, there's the fact of no patterns, like no conscious recognition of patterns at all. And then you get to live life as a blissful idiot, like most people do, right? But then once you recognize patterns,
I don't think that makes you blissfully ignorant, not an idiot necessarily.
a blissfully ignorant person. Yeah. So let's say you start noticing patterns. Now this is where the first pitfall comes, where you could really get fucked up. Once you start noticing patterns, you could become schizo because you think everything's connected. The way to fix that, the antidote for that,
is to get context.
Nah. Well, even more context, you could just see patterns in context and end up even more schizophrenic.
Or at least remove yourself from the situation.
No, I think the antidote to it, that only happens because you're constantly pushing your pattern recognition outwards. What you got to do is you got to also, as you do that, pull your pattern recognition inwards. Don't just look at the patterns in your environment, what's around you. Look at the patterns within yourself. Why do I think the thoughts that I do? Why do I react?
Absolutely.
Why do I react the way I do with
absolutely,
this?
Yeah.
Why do I crave this?
There's so many people who just don't seem to understand themselves and like why things happen or why they find themselves in certain situations.
Because they're so judgmental of themselves. The biggest blocker is the reason why they fail to recognize their own patterns is because they're scared to. Because the minute they see something they don't like, they're going to be like, oh, I'm a piece of shit.
Yeah.
If they see a pattern that's like negative to them, you know, it's like, oh, you jerk off a lot, you know, and they're going to, or it's like you eat a lot after midnight, or it's like you fucking.
But you'll never, but like those, I don't like people like that because those are people who just don't like have don't care to fix themselves or to
exactly because like once you find the context to like have to fix yourself, then you look at your own patterns where it's like.
It's like right. I hate myself, but I know what's wrong with me, and I know why things are.
And it's really easy to fall into this pitfall, right? Because like if you're so distracted with external patterns, and they're very distracting, like look at what Israel is doing, look at what the billionaires are doing, look at what Elon Musk is doing, look at what the president, you know, like it's so easy to get like,
and people get rewarded for looking always having their mind on like external things like that.
Because they get morally rewarded.
Exactly.
Like,
yes.
So that's fucked up, and that hinders your control, your agency. That hinders your freedom.
100%.
Because control over the self is freedom. It's not control over like external things.
Because this is the thing too. Like I don't like people who want some control of their lives. It's like, why don't you like worry about only worry about what you can control, what's in front of you. Like it's shit that's out of my control. I don't stress over.
Can I tell you a funny statement? So I can tell you, I always get what I want. And do you know why? It's because I'm in control. I could build or kill my desire for whatever I want.
Yeah.
Like if I want something,
I don't do anything.
Like I'm allowed to say I don't want that anymore, and I could just not want it anymore. So like therefore, it's like it's not what I want. But then if I want something and I get it, then I always get what I want. Like people are in control of their desires, and they forget that. You know, like that's just one thing. You know, like I
don't do anything I don't want to do. I mean, like
no, I do plenty of things I don't want to do. But I'm just saying I always get what I want. You know, like
okay,
like I do plenty of things I don't want to do. 100%. I don't want to take
But
shits
you
in
could,
the
but you
middle
could
of the
always,
night.
but
like,
you could
know?
always get what you want. But that could also be achieved by just changing, like lowering your desire for something. Okay, yeah,
And then raising your desire for
Right,
something
right.
else. Yeah.
yeah, that's
So
fine.
then you
Satisfaction in, like, yeah,
And you always get what you want.
I would say that I'm the same. Yeah,
And the one, I know, good key to that, like a trick, like a hack, is gratitude. It's like, even if it's insincere at first, even if you're like the shittiest, like most like ungrateful mood, if you just practice it, like think the thought or say it out loud, even that helps even more. Like,
Sure.
like you're having the worst day, you're complaining about everything. It's like, I'm thankful for this stupid fucking cigarette, on this rainy day.
Hey,
and then you're immediately, it takes effect, and you're automatically, that kind of sets like, that pushes the one pebble, that pushes the rock, that pushes the boulder, like.
I'm a very optimistic pessimist. Like, it's everything's shit, but like
That's how you survive this long.
exactly. Yeah,
Yeah. You have to be to survive in New York City.
yeah, 100%.
You have to be a pessimistic optimist.
Yeah.
Or a cynical optimist.
Yeah, everything's shit, but like,
I think
but why worry? Who cares?
An optimistic cynic,
Yes, I can see it. I see the faults. I see the cracks, but
Yeah.
I don't let it get to me. It's just like, oh,
It's like you get into a situation or you make a bet on someone, and whatever that happens, it's like, I already bet that you were going to be a piece of shit. It's either I'm going to be pleasantly surprised or I'm just going to be
Right,
confirmed.
yes,
I'm
yeah.
just going to be smart. I'm just going to think I'm smarter,
yeah,
I win either way, Assume the worst, hope for the best.
always.
That's what I do. I assume the worst, hope for the best.
Always. I don't give grand expectations to people because I want them to be that person.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like, I'll look at some of my friends who are consummate fuck ups. I assume they're going to keep being that way, but I hope they're more.
Exactly. Yeah. I don't want them to be.
And you know what that does? Like, every time they talk to me, it's not like, I feel like if it was reversed, like where, like, I assume they're going to do better, but I hope they don't. It's going to change the way, I notice it changes the way I talk to them.
Oh,
but then
100%,
when
yeah.
I reverse it, where it's like, I assume the worst and hope for the best, every time I talk to them, I'm like, you're getting enough sleep, right? Like, did you eat today? And, like, I asked them the right
Yeah.
things.
Yeah. Like,
like,
because you're generally concerned. You could see like,
all I had to do was just like rewire it, and it could work either
Yeah.
way for me. I could still live life either way, but I
There's
choose to rewire it that way.
there's a friend of ours who just who I can't stand. Like, he likes to box people into his idea of who they used to be or whatever. Like, whatever they
Yeah.
like he doesn't want people to change, or like he doesn't like think anything of them to change. Just like, dude, like, that's fucked up. Like, why would you think that way? Like,
You can't live like that.
yeah, no. And like, what does that do for you? Like, you want them to never get better? Like, no one can ever change when you can change? Like, it's stupid. It's fucked up.
And the reason why I know everyone can change is because I literally view everyone as just the same soul living out different lifetimes. in
Yeah,
different bodies.
exactly. Like, no, I don't feel superior to anybody at all, and I don't look at people going like, well, at least I'm not doing this or whatever like that. Like, no,
I feel superior over people in certain things, in certain aspects.
but I don't look at things that way. Like, I don't.
I mean, the one thing though, it's like people feel superior to me, and it's like I feel superior to them. But the one thing that evens it out is I would always tell myself or others, I'll be like, no matter how you choose to live, we all still die at the end. Like,
Yeah.
spoiler alert, like we all still die at the end.
People who think they're superior to me are typically people I don't really give a shit about. So it's also that.
I mean, either way, like I could, there's people I care about that I keep around that probably think they're superior to me, and I let it rock because like maybe they're right.
It's a possibility.
Maybe they're right.
Yeah.
Maybe they're wrong.
Yeah.
I don't know. Maybe they're hiding something from me that like that I don't know, and I don't know that, so I let it rock.
Yeah.
The only thing
it
I
doesn't
know,
bother me because I'm comfortable with.
if it became a problem where it's like our status was actually like a material output like on the line, then I'll be like, listen, man, no matter how you live your life, we all still die at the end of the game. Like, like all the chess pieces get put in the same box. Like, you can't take your money with you. You can't take your power with you. You can't take your,
Well, it's debatable.
you can't. The pharaohs tried.
That was fucking 4,000
It
years
led to
ago.
looting.
3,000 years ago.
It didn't work.
Well, yeah, they didn't because they did it a weird way. They fucking scooped their brains out from their noses.
You can't leave until you're willing to let that shit go. You can't escape the cycle of like rebirth until you're willing to let that shit go.
How do you know they were looted? You don't really know
They were looted
When?
because we excavated and found
No,
that
no.
there were used to be shit there, but
Actually,
now there
well,
wasn't.
they were looted way before we ever got there.
That's what I'm saying.
But we don't really know they were looted. There wasn't shit there. Maybe they did take it with them.
We literally discovered that there was shit there,
Right.
and then after
Who
there
took
wasn't.
it? The pharaoh.
We
Maybe
don't
the pharaoh.
know who fucking took it.
Probably the pharaoh.
But he was dead.
He took it with them.
Oh, I see what you're saying. I see what you're saying.
I'm saying you don't know if they were looted. You just know there was shit there that's not there anymore.
Because you know what? For all I know, maybe there wasn't evidence that someone broke in like between Discovery and I don't know. Maybe you're right. Maybe that's fucked up. Maybe it works. Maybe I should be buried alive with my wives and my cat and my fucking
Yeah, why not? That's if there's any way to take shit with you, it's that way. Like, imagine being so fucking like important and epic that you're like, no. When I die, you have to stay.
Meanwhile, my wives would be concocting a sick plan. They'd be like, yo. Yeah, we'll die. We'll get buried alive with you. Meanwhile, they're setting shit up to get like freed and
I'd pit my wives against each other. I don't want them talking and being friends.
Make them kill each other so you can be
exactly.
Yeah.
I have them working against each other. Why else would you have so many wives if you're not pitting them against each other?
Crusader Kings has taught you well.
Oh yes, it has.
That's the way. You got to move on. You got to graduate to Stellarist.
Yeah, I know. I downloaded it. I have it. I just haven't played.
I want you to play it. I think you'd be better at Stellarist than Crusader Kings.
It's just like I don't know if I'd be better at it, but like the thing is like it's very overwhelming. Like Crusader Kings was too the first time I played it. It's very overwhelming, but what made Crusader Kings a little bit easier to get into was like the fact that it's history based.
It's the same game. So when you play when you play Crusader Kings, what's the most important like unit point in the map? Like what's the most like scaling upwards? First most foundational thing. What do you start with? Like a city state or a citadel or something?
So you could be a count. Ideally you would want to at least be the count. You'd have a county.
Not who you are, like your domain. Like what's the first
thing?
Thing?
So like
a county. Okay, so you start with a county, and then you eventually expand to take over other connected counties,
things that are historically are connected to your county, and then become like for instance, if let's say you play a count in northern Spain, you're going to try to conquer other counties nearby and form the historic kingdom known as Castile. So then that makes you, then you get to graduate, then you become a duke, and then you become king. You become King Castile, which is the northern of Spain. Then from there, you want to keep expanding.
Colonizing.
Well, no, you're not colonizing. You're going to expand because culturally, like Spain is, the Iberian Peninsula is one culture. So you're going to then expand over the rest of Spain and then take over other kingdoms, other counties.
So you never find like undiscovered land.
No.
Okay, established. No. Okay, so that's a big difference with Stellar. So in Stellaris, I want you to think about it like this: like your planet is your county, is a county.
Sure,
your starting county. So then, like on your planet, planet is orbiting a sun. So around one sun is like one district of counties, right?
Sure.
Because around a sun, it would have either one habitable planet or two, or maybe sometimes three.
Right.
So then in another sun, which is adjacent to your sun, you go there and you would go to another you would see another county, except those counties aren't like something you got to like invade, because some of them could be uninhabited, so you colonize it.
Okay.
But if the county is taken, then you can invade it and then you take it over, and so it kind of functions like that. Like that's the parallel.
Because like in this, the thing is like like if I start as the count within the kingdom of Castile, my liege, the guy on top, would be the king of Castile, and then and so the whole point is like you're in Europe, there's no undiscovered shit. You know who your neighbor is, you're probably related to him. But like you want to amass as many titles as you can, so you become king, and then from there
you set all the policies, and it's like you get all the taxation,
and then you're like,
you control.
You raise taxes,
you control the economy.
You get to pick which one of your sons inherits all your titles to make sure it doesn't go out of the family, because that shit'll happen. Like ideally you want, because if the longer it takes you to get the king to like, or at least the head of your domain, like every time you die, it's almost resetting until you get high enough to where you're like nope, like my first son or my last son will inherit all my titles this way. He'll inherit most of the titles this way. I will guarantee that I will always be king of Spain or king of Britannia or France or whatever.
It's really heavily focused on bloodline and lineage.
Yeah, as was Europe back in that. Yeah.
So I would say in Stellaris, like when you first play, you're probably gonna be like, you're gonna start off as Earth Federation. That's gonna be your first playthrough. You're gonna be like,
I want to be those racist moon people.
You're gonna start off in Earth, our solar system, and you're probably gonna colonize Mars, and then you're gonna go to the adjacent like Alpha Centauri and start there. Yeah, and then you're gonna keep expanding each star, each star. But then you're gonna come into contact with other species. That's when things get dicey. That's when things get complicated. Different governments, And then you could choose to make Earth like a xenophile or
Right,
xenophobe.
xenophobia. Yeah. I like that part. It's interesting.
And another thing is, what's really cool is you go out far enough and you play long enough. Eventually, you come across like another species, but they're called like the Commonwealth of Man, and they're humans, but they're breakaway.
Xenophobes, right?
They're breakaway.
They left a long time ago.
Yeah,
right?
and they're like fascists.
Yeah,
and
yeah,
they're like
of course,
super. They're like the
as you do.
empire. They're
Yeah,
like
yeah.
yes,
Yeah.
the humans, humanity, we are superior. Kill everything.
Yeah. We're the superior bloodline. We're pure. We left.
They're great. Yeah. And then they ally with you, and they're good allies, but they disagree with a lot of shit.
Well, I'd imagine being racist pieces of shit.
They're the best though. They're so awesome. They got the coolest ships. Like they got the best fighting spirit. They're like, yo, we'll kill them.
See, in Crusaders Kings, like it's most depending on the year that you start at, because there's different points you could start at. I think the earliest is. I always start at 1066. I just feel like it's the best one. But like a majority, like the majority of Europe is Catholic. So like if I have a county in Italy, I can't start going and taking counties from Germany. I could, but it just wouldn't. The Pope wouldn't be happy about it, and then everyone else would get mad at me, and I wouldn't be able to keep it within my kingdom. Like I would own it, but like it wouldn't. It wouldn't. I'd pay a penalty because of it, so it wouldn't make sense. But one of my favorite playthroughs ever was I started as a count in Italy. Created the Kingdom of Sicily, and then got like all of Italy. But I wanted to keep, so I wanted to have a fun playthrough. I'm like, I just want to conquer everything, but I couldn't. So I decided to convert to Islam. I could just conquer
It was like
everybody.
one of those hacks. Okay, so like
it's like the Pope keeps giving me shit. What am I gonna do? I'll just convert to Islam. Now it's a holy war.
No, Stellaris has similar hacks. Like, cause all right, so if you look at the map, right, the stars are connected by lines, and it takes a long time to travel lines if you want to do shit. So they have like wormholes. So you could literally go from one star to like all the way across to another star.
Like a Mass Effect.
If you have the technology, you could also control the warp. And if you take over the right thing, like usually you see the whole like star map of all the whole galaxy, and you see like chunks of it taken by different empires. But if they're part of a federation and you take over the main like system that controls the whole federation, then all of a sudden all of it gets colored into your domain.
That's cool.
All at once, and it's like really cool to see. You're like, fuck yeah.
So if I went and had a war with like and killed the king of the king of the Holy Roman, not to say the king of like France. If I made sure I killed like his heirs first and then killed him, then France would fracture into 3 separate smaller kingdoms. I wouldn't get control of it because like now all of a sudden the kingdom, the king of France wouldn't exist. Now it's like it's all fractured. There's now these powerful petty kings or dukes that would control it.
And then there's a fucked up shit too. Like in games like this, like for example, Stellaris, you take over a planet, if they're aliens, you could choose to do the xenophobic policies, enslave them. And there's like a subs directory where it's like use them as a food source. So you enslave aliens,
That's
and then,
awesome.
and then
I like
you
that.
fucking eat them. It's like, and then
That's
your
good.
food, and then your whole food,
That's good shit.
your food revenue for the colony just skyrockets.
That's good
'cause,
shit.
Like, yeah, it's like they're
I get fascism, man. I understand it.
they're cute. Little,
I get it.
They're cute little intelligent Ewoks, but man, do they make delicious fucking like like they're fucking good.
Ewoks probably taste like shit.
Yeah. Anyway, with that, we could end the 4th part. It was a good episode. We'll have more developments.
Some would say the best episode.
Keep subscribing. Keep coming. Keep watching. And we're going to watch this next game.